Testing. Okay, yay! Happy Saturday, everybody, and welcome. Today is Xtreme Fighters Showdown's first showdown of July 2025. We have SOULCALIBUR 6 on PlayStation, which is crazy. I always have to remember that the souls on PlayStation still burn just like they do on PCs, so we have to, you know, show a little love to the PlayStation side. And actually with me today, I have two wonderful commentators, Beanie Thuggish and JJJ. How are y'all doing today?
I think it is a lovely day. It's a happy Saturday so far, and we get to see some caliber. Like you said, these souls on PlayStation still burn, and I'm glad to see it.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah, it's a shame what they're doing to PBS and all that, but I appreciate the fact that we got to live at a time where we got to find out about Mr. Rogers and everything.
That's crazy.
The real PBS. Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way,
bracket.
yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Do you have everything ready? You guys have the bracket?
I'm all set.
Believe we do. Yeah, I have the bracket open. I've got it ready. It on my end, it's still showing the starting soon screen though, so we haven't actually.
We haven't.
Yeah,
we're waiting
have
for
not turned the video
Infidelity.
much yet. Okay. So
Because
like
we
you
are
said,
in fact starting soon.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true. And with this first match, we're gonna have a Maxi versus Sophitia, if I'm not mistaken. Infidelity versus the name of a literal Yu-Gi-Oh.
It even has its Galaxy Eyes 0816, so it's like the serial number for the card too.
That'd be beast. I don't know if it is, but if it was, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
You could just use the attack value, right? 3,000. That is, I think, one of the most common attack values of monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, 3,000, 3,500. Because all of the boss monsters and villain monsters, like the rival and the main monsters of Yu-Gi-Oh, they're always, what's the word I'm looking for here? Yeah, 2,500 and 3,000 in every series so far. And here we are getting into it. I actually don't have feed. Oh no, why is it not showing?
Okay. Battle one.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't seem to be showing for me either.
Yeah, I don't. There
Oh,
it
there we
goes.
go.
Okay.
There we go.
Speeding up.
Alright, so Maxi versus Sophie. Much like virtually every other Maxi matchup, I would imagine that Sophie does incredibly well. It just becomes a matter of, do you know how to deal with Maxi?
Yeah,
Because
once
what
you
can happen when you don't know Maxi is you get stuff like this, where you're not entirely sure when to press buttons and stuff. There are definitely holes, but
Yeah,
if
Maxi
you don't
leaves a lot
already
of
know
gaps.
where they are, it becomes kind of a train wreck.
Right, this is the character that a lot of people in newer fighting games would consider something like a Scrub Buster type character, right? Like the Brazilian, the Capo, and Tekken. And the Nunchuck character in this game are the Scrub Buster, where when you know nothing about the game, you just get bullied by Max and you're like, well, this character's broken, he's crazy, my 10-year-old brother plays him and I'm 6 and I lose. But the higher you get in competitive play, the more you expose the holes and the gaps in his game plan and force him to have to play a smaller game, and that's not usually what Max does.
Oh, he went the other way. He didn't get the back
Yeah,
to
that was
Does that
unfortunate.
mean he's dead? A 1K?
No, Galaxy Eyes
Oh,
kept
the
it
1K
safe
was
using the 1K there.
Oh no, 6K. Had he just gone with 1K on hitting the 1K?
Yeah, just another 1K there instead of trying to go for, I believe that was 4B there. Yeah, going to the mid.
Man,
I like
Galaxy
the
Eyes
jump attack
is
there.
just...
That
he's
was
just
really
throwing
good
out
because
so
I kept
many
him
attacks
grounded.
right now. I kind of wish that we got a little bit better of a range of punch from Infidelity, but it looks like he's just going to go through a lot of stance things in this match.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
I will say, going for like big offense versus Maxi is usually the wrong thing, right? Like you always almost think like you want Maxi to take initiative first and do something so that you can expose a gap. If you're pressing buttons into Maxi, you don't really have time for him to expose himself and like put himself at risk.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
Sophie's got a
He's
lot of good
significantly
and
more
safe pressure.
reactive kind of character. You can just allow him, because unlike a lot of other characters, he has so many opportunities for you to be able to be correct and get guaranteed damage. Not a lot of other characters. You know, there are some characters that you kind of described from other games that can be scrub busters, where eventually you can have enough skill with the character that the character has some level. Like, yeah, you can go with the scrubby stuff and the gimmicky stuff, but then you can, when you're dealing with somebody who knows how to deal with the gimmicky stuff, you
They
can
still
rely
have an
on some sort of
actual
like a
game plan.
backbone and stuff. That's not Maxi. Maxi doesn't really have the ability to do that. He's, I don't know if I want to say the most fundamentally weak character in the game. I feel like he kind of is, just because, unlike every other character with regards to their gimmicky tactics, Maxi is forced to go into stances. Even during simple things like AA and BB, he is forced to go into the stuff that has hard answers to it. And that makes it much more troubling to deal with Maxi. But again, you know, if you don't necessarily have the ability to figure out where all of these hits are, where all these weaknesses and step-duck opportunities are, like the Soulcalibur player is having, then you're going to get run over real quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, and it's funny to see that the gaps are easily exposed, usually by the Greek. I think if there's two characters that like blow up his stances, or particularly it's the Greek, right? Big fast buttons that do lots of damage and get counter hit knockdowns and get with punish knockdowns. Things like Sophie's stab and Sophie's PCB, great options. 3A from this character and 3A from Cassandra, both really good options to kind of stifle his pressure and make him slow down. But right now it feels more like Galaxy Eyes is just trying to start his own advantage and not think about what Max is doing. Which is
he's
generally
like
not
hard
the right
stepping.
play.
He's hard stepping and hard matching, and I think Infidelity clearly has an idea as to what he needs to do. I think literally every time he has hit, it's been counter hit.
Yeah.
There's really only like going to be one round left. I'm imagining we're going to see. We're probably not going to see a ring out considering the stage, but
Yeah, it's a giant stage. If we saw a ring out here, I would be surprised, but the
getting over
person
there.
it's going in favor of, yeah. Ooh, that's big, because he's going to be able to get the launch here.
I didn't know you could go into a CE here. You normally get.
Ooh,
Okay.
smart, going
He
for the soul
inadvertently
charge.
got out of there. I think he just wanted to press soul charge. Okay. He only needs like one more hit.
Missed the button. That was
Yeah, but he's still
unfortunate,
only
trying to go
needs
for
one
440.
stab. If he gets the stab, he'll be fine. But unfortunately, he seems to be continuing to press buttons. And
Yeah,
that's
there's
not
the hard
good.
mash, and he's going to die for it. Infidelity moving on to the next round of winner side. This is one of the players / characters we did expect. Well, players we do expect to see. Well, Infidelity may not be a player we see very often because
He
you know
basically
PSN.
only plays on PSN, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, he's a very solid player in his own right. Just as a maxi player, there's a lot of characters and a lot of players now at this late in the game who just have the answers for you.
Some of the other people that we're probably going to be seeing later on. Souzou is another pretty heavy favorite. Anybody who has been watching Wednesday Night Fights or any of the other SoulCalibur tournaments, especially the online ones, in the past, I don't know, 2-3 years at this point. Boy, it's been a long time since we've been an online-only kind of community, huh?
Yeah.
Souzou, one of the heavy favorites. Mindwolf tends to enter virtually anything that is on PSN. I
yep.
believe he is a PSN-only type person. He tends to either win them or come close.
And Schneider-X also very good. A name I haven't seen in a while, but it would be surprising.
He actually goes to
if Schneider-X
offline
doesn't make
stuff,
it pretty
too.
far.
in
Oh,
his
okay.
area. Yeah. ViolinPhantom, somebody from
Oh,
the
yes.
West Coast.
The I believe a Grow player, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Ghost. If this is the person I'm thinking of, this is a 2B player from the far East Coast.
Yeah, those are deep cuts.
Yeah.
Now we're just missing a player like Dime, right? Who almost exclusively also only plays on PSN when we do see him.
Oh, Dime does?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last couple times I ran into Dime when I still had both PSN and PC, I ran into him more on PS4. Yeah.
I don't think I actually knew that. I was under the impression that he played, because I've run into him at least once or twice. But yeah, it's relatively rare to run into him on PC. He was at CEO not that long ago, so that's cool.
Yeah, when it's in your backyard, you may as well go, right? Like I think I need to make sure I take the time to step out and go to something like a Texas Showdown next year, since I'm only a couple hours away from it. Go to support your offlines. If you're close, you've got the time, you've got the money, go. If you don't, no problem. But I think it helps keep these fighting games feel alive, even when the online isn't as popular and as populated as it used to be, right? Seeing these people in person, running into each other, meeting each other, it's pretty cool.
Hell, I even went to Big E tournaments when I didn't have the money.
You're like, I'll just eat ramen for the next 2 weeks. It's fine.
Yeah, or I'll just have sleep for dinner.
Delicious sleep. But there is something these players could be having for dinner. If you guys remember to use the Matcherino, I believe there's a exclamation point Matcherino code. Yeah, you would type that in the chat and it'll show up and you can use the codes. They're actually free. All you have to do is click the claim code button. It'll pop up and you can give money to the tournament for free. I believe it's 25 cents for each code. We want to try to use
25
all the
cents
codes
per
by
code.
the end of the night. Yeah.
The next match we're going to have is Mindwolf versus Ice Dark Siege. If that's not a Siegfried player, then
I
I'm gonna
believe
be
it's a
really
Nightmare
mad.
player.
Boo.
I think they're a Nightmare. I feel like I've seen the name like a long time ago.
Siegfried is the ice one. Nightmare's the fire one.
Okay. He was only ice in one game, and I hope we never remember that.
How many times has Nightmare been ice?
Okay, you got me. True.
Oh, so it's like a million times more? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got me. Exponentially more.
It's exponentially more. That's how math works. Okay, Nightmare versus Killick, assuming you're right. I would argue it's probably not that much different than Siegfried versus...
I don't think the matchup would change too significantly. I do think if you're Nightmare, you get to be a little more belligerent, but I think Keelik has good tools versus both of the characters.
It might be nice as a Keelik player dealing with Nightmare, the fact that you have a safe 3B, so that's certainly cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you always have to be looking for that sort of stuff.
Anything minus 12 versus Nightmare that's not in crouching, you just eat them up. You're like, delicious. Yes, food.
I mean, and you kind of have to. Nightmare is a very polarizing character. Nightmare has extreme strengths and extreme weaknesses. If you're not dealing towards those weaknesses...
Oh, I was wrong. Hey, look at that.
Whoa.
All right. Yeah,
I was invited to suck it.
Maybe the last time I saw them on PSN, the last time I would have been here, maybe they were messing with their secondary Nightmare. So now I see that they were truly a Siegfried player.
Should I be expecting your apology in the mail, or?
I'll get it to you eventually. Don't worry. I'll talk to my guys to make sure that your guys get the apology to you. We'll get it there.
My guys are like an army guy and a ball of lint.
Okay, we'll get them there.
We're starting with 2A plus B.
It is PSN. You gotta check to see if your opponent can react to it on PSN. I understand.
Boy, we are not getting any punishes, and
Mindwolf
is going to be comfortable with just like doing all kinds of stuff without dealing with any punishes.
I was using Wall Rising K again. Oh, 1K, the stomp.
How fast is Wall Rising B from Siegfried? He can't do Wall Rising B.
I believe it's I-16.
Oh well, if it's 16, then you can get
it. 18?
If it's 18, you can't. But no.
Okay. Oh yeah, one of the more stubby REs too. Oh, no punish again. Yeah.
Honestly though, I didn't hate the idea of just going for a ring out due to the fact that he's so low on life. I didn't despise that idea.
I do think it's going to be pretty obvious. So at that point, you would use the flex, so at least you're getting frames, right? Because if you break a command throw, you're minus. So using Flapjack back there, knowing he's got to break the back or he's going to get wrung out. Thank goodness for them reverting patches. Would have been a little better of an idea. But you're right, like going for a reverse ring out is not the worst idea in the world. Oh, trying to go for a Wall Rising K again, or Wall Rising B+K, I believe.
You got that whole combo in the air. As an Amy player, I'm quite jealous. Soul Charge versus Soul Charge.
Oh, one of these Soul Charges is better than the other. Want to guess whose?
I would actually say that
Siegfried's is better. Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, okay, so Killix is better, but
it lasts longer.
Yeah, but Siegfried doesn't have as many restrictions on it.
Yeah, I like a lot of the buttons that Siegfried is able to force with his Soul Charge, but Keelik just having it for as long as he wants is a strength in its own.
Yeah.
I like that.
He's dealing with a little bit of that didn't hit.
That did what? Oh, I love Caliber.
He hit him with the 4A plus B earlier. I guess he just had to always do that against Mindwolf.
Yeah, you might not have a choice when it comes to that situation. Like you might not be able to use wall standing B or use 3B because I guess it puts him off axis. Yeah, I wouldn't have assumed that put him off axis like that. Oh, trying to go for the 3A.
It's kind of a shame. I feel like the Siegfried player inadvertently found the answer to the unblockable off of the ground at the very first time, and then I don't think he registered that it 100% beat. Like the 4A plus B was working, man.
Did you see that catch step?
I'm not surprised. That thing catches step to that side all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Keelik in a little bit, so I wasn't sure if that's normal. I guess it is.
2-2 K slide B is legitimately one of the best lows in the game. The only thing that makes it like not all that valuable is the fact that it is. Oh yeah, that's more than -12. The only thing that makes it difficult is the input. That's the only thing that keeps it from being one of the best lows.
Man, that was a fast couple games there, a fast couple rounds. I feel like there was some missed opportunities on punishes and let's say maybe some like misplays on answers on the part of Icedark Siege, but like a good try so far for that first game. Like the adjustment is you've already found an answer to the wake up unblockable. Probably more likely to use something like a wall standing K instead of something like the 1K out of. It's weird though because it still hit. So did he like RCC that on accident? Like what happened there?
Yeah, very confusing. I'm really not sure.
Ooh, I think this stage is pretty good. Yeah, the all wall into full ring out.
Definitely for Siegfried.
Yeah, Siegfried's wall combos and wall pressure to be able to extend that into a ring out is going to be really good on this stage. Right, you can like drop the first wall combo into a ring out.
I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing Killix using things like 6A plus B, the stuff that kind of eliminates Siegfried's ability to punish with any sort of meaning. That being said, he hasn't really seemed to be worried about block punishment at all so far.
Yeah, it's mostly just been going for reads on highs, using things like the 4A and the wall standing Bs like really quickly and closely.
There it is.
There we go.
Just keep doing that. Every time it happens, just keep doing that. Oh, the tech!
Oh, that was sick. He's got his bombos on deck. One more mix.
Oh, what a read. He's
I like
not
the
dead
AG in
yet.
it. But he
Not
is it
dead yet.
a soul charger? I wonder if he's gonna spend it. Doesn't even need it. Just goes for the mid mix there. Nice.
It's a shame he didn't think about Dark Legacy there, but I understand that stuff. That was a good read from Mindwolf on that Hori auto GI.
AGA is not what I would assumed he would have done there.
Yeah. Now,
that
it's
wall?
important to note that is there is a red wall here, meaning that either character on a single wall splash could potentially ring out.
Not
Oh,
only
boy.
ring out, but I don't think
we're
he
not
gets
going to
it.
ring out. No, I'm fairly confident he could have gotten it, but well, he gets it out. He gets it there.
Gets the hell sweep, the 1K on counter hit.
It's a group of both bars. Good punish.
Oh, no punish once again.
Damn, we're punishing
Go for the
-12
12.
with my hand. That is an interesting choice.
Does that get him a? Did that give him a stack? It did, right?
Oh,
I don't
that's
think the
it.
stack was worth it because he's dead. But...
No, it's not.
Oh, because you have
It's
to
a
hit with it.
It's a shame he immediately went with 3B when Killick was yet again. I really feel like he could have just kept going with 4A plus B. It worked like every time.
Yeah, rolling gets caught, and so does the unblockable. So he definitely had the answer in the bag. Like his teacher asked him, "What's the one answer you want to pick to pass the test?" And for some reason, he chose C when he already had A circled. He changed his mind and chose C. A valiant effort, nonetheless. You know, these are one of the it was one of the players that we were expecting to see at least make it to the winners finals, losers finals, grand finals of this tournament. Mindwolf, a very, very stout and solid player, been playing for a long time and mostly on PSN, so we don't see him too often when it comes to the Parsec side of things.
So let's see.
Yeah, I believe the next match would be JAYFORCE. Is it JAYFORCE and Macintosh?
Macintosh.
Oh yeah, it's not Mac. It's Macintosh.
Macintosh
Yeah.
2002. Maybe that's when he bought it.
Were those the ones that had the cool
That's
like?
very old. I think that's well before 2002.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
The ones that had the cool like see-through Nintendo 64 look.
Yeah.
I love those. That's my childhood. I don't think it's before 2002 because I'm a little younger than you, and that was my childhood. I was in like elementary school when we had those Mac computers.
I could have sworn Apple Macintosh was well before 2002.
I would have been 7.
1984. Yeah, it's
Holy shit!
2002.
My school computers were old.
Yeah, Macintosh is one of the older systems from Apple. It's like right after Apple II, isn't it? 1979 to 1996.
Yeah,
is
I was
the
gonna say you
Macintosh
said
era.
Apple II, and that went over my head because I'm like, what? There was an Apple One?
Oh yeah. Well, for one, there was Apples. So
You're
there's
right,
that.
and it so, but like, if it's good,
Then there
do
was
you have
the
to make a
Apple.
sequel? There's no sequel to YouTube. Google has the winning formula.
Well,
To the stage of history.
What was the name of the other site?
video.google.com.
Oh my gosh, I knew you were gonna know it. I shouldn't ask. I was like,
Hey,
I
I
was
was a
you
fight-
won't know.
I was a fighting game player looking for online fighting game content pre-Twitch and pre-YouTube, my guy. I was going through random websites for different regions, random websites for different, I still bemoan the fact that the B3 content, which was a pre-EVO competition that happened on the West Coast, a lot of that footage is gone. You know why?
It was on that website.
No, it got a lot of that footage got destroyed because it was stored at the World Trade Center.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Man,
right.
Pre-Evo. Was
Oh,
it Battle by
interesting.
the Bay?
I thought
JAYFORCE was on Maxi too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Grow versus Cassandra.
Hey, they're
We'll go
both
with
using the
this instead.
edgelord outfits. I love this.
Yeah. I'm
Black
actually
and
kind of
red.
a fan of Grow in a matchup like this.
Yeah, I think Rose Neutral is very good versus both the Greeks, actually. Not
Yeah,
even
much
just 'cause
longer, high damage. The punishes
really
aren't
good
that
lethal
great.
hits. Like
Sure.
the lethal hits that he has are very applicable versus the way that the Greeks are going to play. Right? Like
Yeah.
something like 6A plus B, really good. That tech crouch
Fantastic
on that
duck.
magnifique, man.
We were
Every time.
talking earlier about how frustrating it is to deal with players who don't do particularly strong while rising punishes, and that's about as strong of a while rising punish as Broken Mustard. Now, I don't entirely know why Macintosh is just running into 6B plus Ks from Grow. That certainly hurts
I'm
a
a little
lot.
confused about that. This also
just
isn't
running
their
into
main
them.
character, so maybe this is a secondary and they're trying them out for tournament. This is a lower rank than what we just saw in the lobby. So unless they've swapped off to this character full time, they might just be testing the waters for something.
I mean, that being said, I don't really know if running into
The fundamentals
6B
should
is
be
like
there.
yeah.
You step G. Yeah,
Still,
for
still
sure.
surprising. Or hell, just like run up, block, and punish. Maybe the lag is making it a little bit more difficult. Grow's certainly a character that gets much better in lag. Getting a counter hit after... Oh, wow. JAYFORCE is really kind of on top of things at the moment. We're not seeing any meter... Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Now
the
we
meter's
need to see some stuff
finally.
going on.
Okay,
Ooh.
yeah, immediately trying to check. I like that, like knowing JAYFORCE wanted to check because he's been pretty aggressive with the buttons, even if they're from further away. So using that immediately to check, not going for one of the more obvious things like Beyblade or something, you know?
And Macintosh is just a little bit too hesitant. And wow, he's going to force us to watch the CE animation here when he
And
could have just
we also
rung out.
get the shit talk too, right? At the end,
Yeah,
where
I
you like
think so.
he tells you about yourself. I love that when
where
you
he
kill with
curses
CE
your
in this
weakness
game.
and stuff.
Yeah, when you kill with CE in this game, instead of it being shorter, it's actually longer. Man, that's funny.
But yeah, you're right. Macintosh does have a C rank somewhere. Perhaps that was the reason why he was so hesitant with Cassandra for a little while. But boy, JAYFORCE was really on top of things when it came. He punished Cassandra whiffing a single A with 6/6A plus B. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is a button to punish with. Like, you have to be on top of things or have some of the greatest reads known to mankind, especially because this is online. Oh, sticking with the Cassandra. Okay, maybe there's something else we're gonna see here.
Yeah, honestly, the 6/6A plus B, I think he was just doing that regardless. I don't think it was in confirmation of the whiffed A. He had just already had pre-planned that whole spacing setup. That's my guess. But okay, we're dealing with a significantly smaller stage this time. I'm imagining a lot of ring outs. JAYFORCE continuing to go.
Ooh, trying to bait out a GI. Yeah,
That's
you
out.
can't actually step there. That's probably not the
Yeah.
best idea. Especially not to Grow's strong side, too. He didn't even step to the weak side, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think it matters, really.
Yeah, I'm saying if you're a skinny, privileged character, you know, you might be able to step to his weak side there, maybe after the plus range.
Post A plus B on block, I do not believe any character, even the Huangs and the Minas of the world, have the ability to
privileged
step to B.
characters.
Yeah, I might be wrong about that. I don't think I am.
I love the number of 2 A's here to
Boy.
check from both players.
We are not blocking fully charged up Avenger A's, and this is going to be super bad news. I appreciate the fact that JAYFORCE isn't going to let a reverse ring out steal his round victory, and that should.
Yeah, I love that. Walking
Ooh,
away
smart
so that
meter
you...
usage too,
I've
I appreciate
never
that.
seen someone actually remember to close out a round with that.
right? I totally forget
Wow.
that move exists.
Like,
If
I
he
know
had
it
gone with
exists
the
'cause it
regular
looks so
3B
cool.
combo, it wouldn't have worked.
He could have also just done CE there, but then he would have wasted it.
Yeah, and that's half a meter more, yeah.
Wow, what a gamer. Okay,
Right?
let's see. Yeah, has a good check there, trying to sidestep out, but using that 2 through 6 A plus B to stay in. Oh, 2 through 6 B getting caught here,
I
going
think
for the
that's
C.
just
That
not
is
enough.
Yeah, he is gonna be
It is
alive, only
gross
barely.
CE. It is gross CE, so maybe I'm wrong.
He's alive.
Just
Okay,
enough.
I'm full of shit. My bad.
Gross CE is a lot. Okay, man, JAYFORCE with Grow. We have seen only landslides, and I think that was the most landslidiest match we've had so far. It's kind of funny because I'm pretty sure LPVinson is also a Grow player who apparently has also lost to ViolinPhantom. Another.
Wait, so
we're
there's
gonna
3
see a
Grow
lot of
players
Grows.
in here.
Well, there were. Now there's 2.
Oh, one of those was on loser side, is what you're saying?
One of them, Vincent, is now on loser side.
Very
But,
unlikely to see him now. Got it.
ViolinPhantom will go up against Infidelity later on. That'll be a match hopefully we'll get to see. One of the other matches is Mindwolf versus JeronGordon. Don't know him, like the name. It sounds like the teenage protagonist in one of those sci-fi books.
I was thinking like Mick Gordon, the guy who did the soundtrack for Killer Instinct.
Wow.
Yeah, deep cut.
Wait, Mick Gordon. Do I know who that is?
I think he's done other video game stuff like Doom. Like the
Oh,
new
there we
Dooms?
go. That's
Yeah.
why I know.
He's done new Doom 1 and 2, and they didn't rehire
Yeah,
him
the
for
guy
the...
did the soundtrack to Doom, and your first thing to say was
I'm
Instinct.
a fighting game player. Well, yeah, the first thing I think is Killer Instinct.
Okay. Doom is a little bit more of a well-known franchise.
Okay, look, we're here for Soul Calibur, which means we're here for fighting. We're here to throw hands, not shoot bullets. Unless your name's Cervantes. We haven't seen one of those today, though.
I'm not sure that we will. Maybe we'll get to see one at Versus Fighting.
Do you know something I
August
don't know?
15 to 17. It's possible. There's a variety of
Okay.
people who are going to that. We're going to have the rematch of Silas versus Incendiate, so that'll be fun.
Versus Fighting is one of the premier majors for Soul Calibur, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like
Basically,
they don't
the EU
premier major,
yeah, Soul Calibur major. There's actually people in the Soul Calibur community that make sure that that's the case. It used to be the mix-up, not so much anymore.
Yeah, I think even Vianality sometimes they would show up, but now it's definitely about that tournament now.
$100 pop bonus from Glacial Rain at a Massachusetts tournament.
Yeah, for you, Matt. Ultimate
Glacial Rain, man,
Montreal.
I haven't
Epic
heard that name in a long, long time.
Yeah, I believe he was a Geralt player, mostly an
Geralt
anime
player,
player, but played some Geralt in this game. Was a really fun Geralt to watch for how simple he played the game. When he comes from anime games that are like all about speed and precision, like being fast, he played so slow and methodical. I kind of miss watching his play.
Obviously, let's not forget the fact that Soul Calibur has been approved to be a side game at EVO this year yet again. I imagine this will be the case. Well, hopefully it'll be the case until the end of time, until SC7 comes out. We already have a pretty solid amount of entrants for that as well, I believe.
Yeah, we do, and I'm glad because it means that more people are willing to go out to big majors for small games. Wahoo! Oh, this is Beast in the East, right? Yeah, they're also doing Soul Calibur. They're gonna do Soul Calibur 6 and 2.
Man, we got a lot of tournaments coming up in the next month.
A lot of tournaments coming up all over the place. So if you're not in the right region of the world for some of these, you will be for the others.
There's an East Coast one, there's a West Coast one, there's an EU one, there's another East Coast one.
Exactly.
So I guess the Midwest, that's the tough one.
If you're not in region for any of these because you only exist on the internet, then you should remember to use your internet to claim the Matcherino code so that these competitors can get some more money. Right? The message is right there in chat. You just click that and you click the contribute button and you get yourself some cool brownie points by adding in 25 cents to the pot by using the free code. We'll remember you. We won't remember you if you don't click the code, right? You might unfortunately even hear JJJ freestyle if you don't click the code, if we don't run out of codes.
I'll go out of my way to come up with words on the spot that are supposed to rhyme and be in rhythm.
Yeah, we did a little riff and I accidentally did well, so we decided that it should be him to freestyle, not me.
Because it's supposed to be a punishment.
I forgot, I just was kind of going with the natural flow, and the natural flow hits me, man.
It's important to know we know and think this is not a good idea, and
that's why we're trying to punish you guys.
Yeah, and we will.
Ivy, punishment time. Who are we gonna have up next? I believe it's gonna be JAYFORCE versus Schneider-X.
Oh, really? So soon?
Yeah, I do see Schneider-X joining the lobby, so JAYFORCE back on versus Schneider-X. Cool.
Schneider-X,
that's pretty good.
I believe he's a Nightmare player, right?
The last time I thought I saw a Nightmare player, who knows? It could be Siegfried.
You know what? Maybe this is my time. This is the time where you get to then, and then we'll be even. I do believe that Schneider-X is a, I'll have to send you one, but if he is a Nightmare player, now you have to send me two.
And no, I also think he's a Nightmare player, but I'm not. I don't want to be wrong. Especially
with... So you don't want to do the double or nothing. So that means that if I'm wrong, you can't call me out on it. Because
I won't. I'm going to lock in Nightmare player.
I'm fairly confident that he is a Nightmare player as well. If we are going to do Nightmare versus Grow, gotta tell you, I love that matchup for Grow. I think
Grow eats him alive.
Yeah, tons of ways of beating armor, tons of ways of doing a lot of pressure that Nightmare armor nor block punish. The ability to keep out is not strong enough. The fact that Grow is limited in terms of his forward-moving tech crouches means that AGA will be a little bit more powerful, so he has that. But, boy, 6A beats armor, 3B beats armor, Wall Rising A beats armor.
He's got a lot of good armor breakers, and he has really fast wall rising punishment for some of those stronger highs from range from Nightmare. Because like Nightmare is good with those like the faster highs from range and his tech crouching mids. And both of those like get eaten up by step right? And it's like one of the things that JAYFORCE was doing really well earlier with his wall standing block punishment.
Yeah, it's amazing just how many ways Grow might be the most perfect character at dealing with a lot of those like slower, higher damage characters. Your Siegfrieds, your Astaroths, your Nightmares, stuff like that.
Oh, wait, no, not yet. Okay, I was thinking for a second we were about to get into it to actually see if we were right. And I once again, almost certain that I'm right. And I think they're finally gonna.
You're almost certain that I'm right.
That we're right. We're in agreement on this. I hit the buzzer. I hit the buzzer. We're playing Jeopardy now. What is a Nightmare player?
And this is showing as a 2 to 3 bar. That's going to be a rough go for both of them. We'll see if it works out.
Which one of these characters do you think has stronger lag lows? Like as a PC player, you probably might not forget. Okay. You're like, hello, 1AK exists. Come on, man.
Like I think Nightmare. Well, 1A isn't an online low anymore because 1A
is a lot
Slide B
faster,
exists.
and because 1A Slide B. Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that 1A Slide B came into existence has got to be one of the most... I don't get it. It was one of the most egregious buffs I've ever seen. It blows my mind that they legitimized an online low.
They wanted to make sure that his toolkit was usable in every scenario, you know?
Sure. Yeah, Grow, easily one of the characters that had the biggest glow up of any character. When the character first came out in SC6, the character was garbage. He had like 2 things going for him, and that was it.
Boop, look at that, we both clicked the buzzer right.
Yeah. Alright, we'll see if JAYFORCE... Schneider-X with a lot of points. We'll see if JAYFORCE will be able to enact the same type of strategy that he enacted on Cassandra. Trying to get those whiff punishes is going to be a lot more difficult, but bullying the opponent is actually going to be a lot easier with a Nightmare than it is with a Cassandra.
Oh, getting the punish too, nice. Making sure to take the punishes and the frames. Okay, JAYFORCE, like, you know, the last game we saw, JAYFORCE kind of ran his opponent over, so I wasn't really sure if his game plan was solid versus the cast, or if it was just like, oh, I'm bullying someone who doesn't know how to deal with my pressure. But currently, it really looks like JAYFORCE knows what he's doing in disassembling at least Nightmare.
For a lot of errant A+Bs, I'm kind of surprised by that. We did see that against the Cassandra player, but Nightmare can certainly punish this a lot harder than, oh man, that could have been death!
I like the errant A+Bs because we are playing in a PSN tournament. People love GI. Yeah, I was about to say, people do love themselves some GI on PSN.
Going for a GI post-blogging Avenger A-hole is very interesting.
I guess, like, because it's safe, but Grows like to try to steal their turn back, even though it's your turn, right? Even as Nightmare, he's like -4.
Yeah, I would have imagined if Flapjack was coming or something. Okay, I think Schneider-X realizes he has to be a little bit more aggressive here, or else he's just going to get guard damaged out. But boy, he cannot find an opportunity to play the game. Yeah, it's too far away.
Close enough there.
But he does have this.
Yeah, this is a good soul charge, and that's exactly what you had called out earlier. Oh, he let go of block.
I wonder if he tried to perfect block. Because this is one of the frustrating things about playing against Nightmare online. It is important to perfect block a lot of the stuff, or else your guard damage is just going to get, like, wiped away. Or you're going to get wiped away by the amount of guard damage that you're going to eat. But if you do end up screwing up that block punish, or that perfect block, then you're really going to have a rough time eating a lot of those launchers. Man, I just tried to describe one thing for 15 seconds and a ring out.
And then
happened.
the next thing happened, yeah. Not only did the next thing happen, it led to a ring out. That was probably like a 2 or 3 interaction round right there.
Kind of surprised we're not seeing any soul charges out of JAYFORCE at the moment.
Might have been saving them for this round, right? Because if he loses this round, he's gonna get another one. But you're already halfway through this round. May as well finally spin one. Good punish.
Like
or was
the
that
whole
not a punish?
time
Because it was charged.
No, that wasn't charged.
Okay. Yeah, very good punish from Schneider-X.
Yeah, the problem is that like that entire time JAYFORCE wasn't building meter, so he frankly could have gotten like an additional bar. if he had just spent the bar like really early.
No, and he spent 2 here. That's gonna feel really weird if this doesn't kill. You
No,
are
it
in
will.
guts. Yeah, you're in guts.
Yeah, it'll kill. It's just the problem is that now you're dealing with 1.5 bars to nothing for the last round, so that can be really rough. I assume JAYFORCE is going to try to rely on that guard crush, but he can't be too obvious about it because he's really just kind of going with a lot of raw A+Bs, and Schneider-X, I think, is warming up a little bit, and he's not going to let that slide over and over again.
Got the AGA again. Yep, trying to come in with a 6A+B, but oh my gosh, the block hunt. That's just block damage. Okay, well now you're dead.
He got a hop. I wonder if that's what he wanted. I actually don't think that he's dead just yet. He's dead to the next
Oh yeah, not
mix.
rewalled, unfortunately. Oh, plus frames. I do like the plus frame attempt there, right? Not just going for the immediate 4/4 plus BK. 4/4 B plus
Schneider. Oh my god, Schneider, are you really gonna lose this? Are you gonna go out of your okay?
And he's not able to. I do like the attempt there, right? Trying to beat out the armor with the 3B, but Snyder playing in a range that was just right outside of being whiff punished by something like 6AA or dealing with the 3B. Really good stuff from Schneider-X there.
Yeah, I appreciate the adaptation. It really seemed like he was having a tough time understanding how to deal with somebody who was playing so fast in the very beginning, and as time went on, he was getting a little bit more warmed up, a little bit more comfortable with the fact that when you're playing against Grow, especially when you're playing Nightmare, you're going to have to deal with somebody who's in your face all the time.
The stage, do you think, I don't know if the stage is better or worse. I think the stage is worse.
Yeah, I mean... it's kind of difficult for me to say. I would argue that it's probably worse for Grow.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to get ring outs.
And Nightmare is one of those characters who has insane ring out carry. So you don't really want to fight on him versus a stage that's so open. Taking the punishment, pushing towards the wall. Is he going to go for a mix? Nice! That's going to break armor there too. Really good. Sidestep, but getting away doesn't have to deal with the AA there. Good block. Block again. No punish on that. That should have been
trying
an AA.
to get the
Slightly
punish there,
late.
and it's just not working out. I kind of wish he went for a 3B as well. He is getting a lot out of these Avenger mixes. Like, he's getting a lot of momentum there. It just doesn't feel like it's necessarily enough.
With with how much damage Nightmare can do when you're wrong, Avenger Mix doesn't feel extremely impactful when it comes to pressuring the Nightmare into not doing something risky, because that risk aversion is in his favor almost every time, right? Having so much damage, so much high damage off like small buttons, off small mix-ups, like feels so powerful. So you almost always want to take the risk, like this. The damage you get to your
just going with mid-range poking with 6B plus K is kind of crazy. It's really not what I would have expected.
This could be a 3-interaction game. He's at the wall here. A little scary. Oh, the jump over! But he does lose the side now, so...
I kind of like it in the sense of, like, had he gone for Avenger BK, it wouldn't have worked out as well, because he would have been in the air, but it's still kind of an unusual play. Bro, you gotta spin bar, my guy.
Okay, yeah, instead of spinning bar, just need to hit. Oh, what? My lord.
That's not an optimal combo, but I guess it works out. Okay, there
the side step into the 3B. Nice. I don't think
got a little bit too impatient.
I don't think the follow-up there with the, 214B? Is it 214B?
Oh, lightning slash?
No, the arm. I don't think the meter burn arm. 236K. Yeah, I don't think the
I don't think it would have done enough. I think the CE was appropriate, yeah. Man, if I'm Schneider, it really just feels like you just have to, like, wait for JAYFORCE to kind of, like, make a mistake. I understand that's a lot easier than said than done, but like some of these are very big swings. Like they're all 6A plus B and 6B plus K. You just kind of have to wait, and you will get a heavy punish for that.
Yeah, it's a very simple game plan by JAYFORCE, but it's worked 2 rounds. I think the scarier part is, isn't that? Yeah, that's.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, 2 bars to 1
there.
No.
Okay, so you are
Nightmare on block, I believe, is plus 14.
Smile.
Yeah. Boy, here we go. He's got the ring edge too.
But
yeah, I like going into soul tag. It makes sense to me. Yep, that'll catch roll. Good block.
He thought he was gonna catch him with the non-lag low mid mix now.
Oh, I don't like the fact that he went over to the ring edge. Yeah, now you're gonna have to deal with all of this, but you do have another bar. There it is.
And it's final round. Oh, he's spinning it now.
I think that's just not enough. But we did this before.
It's not. This one's not killing.
No, it is.
No, it's not.
No, I should have committed.
Can I have my apology in the mail to cancel out the apology that I had to send you? I said I wasn't gonna kill.
To see your voice got
No
higher,
doubt.
that's how you know that you're lying.
Oh, I have a tell. Oh no. Let's see if one of these players has a tell
wow.
for their final mix-up, and it was Schneider going for that command throw on the low. Surprised to see it, but JAYFORCE able to bring that one back and bring it to a 1-1 situation. Oh, okay. One of these players is about to go into winner semifinals. So this is a good match to win. Not putting yourself into losers too early. This is the one you want to win.
It's a very big swingy type match that these guys are having at the moment. You kind of expect that from two very high damage characters, but I gotta say, the way in which they're playing and the success at which they're having with offense, I don't know. It can kind of be a situation where either player can decide to change it up a little bit more, where they go even more hyper-aggressive to try and overwhelm the opponent before they even get a chance to play, or they can play more reactive and wait for the opponent to whiff. Perhaps the connection isn't allowing them to even entertain that idea, and that's making things a little bit more challenging.
Play more aggressive versus a character like Nightmare, because unless all the buttons you're using are going to break armor, he's just gonna throw it out into you, and there's no reason. Oh,
yeah, but also at the same
calling
time,
up
he can do stuff like 6-6-A, or he can like be jamming 3Bs a little bit more often. He's getting a huge wall combo here, which is putting the wall into the red, which means either character can potentially win off of just a single guard break. Or
yeah, I have a question. What is Gross 3B on block?
12.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, you're
Yeah,
right. He definitely could be just jamming some more 3B. You're very right.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, and that's really important. Had he gone with 3B there, he would have stuffed the armor. Going with 6B plus K and 6A plus B, I have to admit, is frankly very unusual. There you go. Yep.
Oh, and this is definitely going to kill 100%.
That's not even crazy. That's not even a crazy idea as, bro. That's not even necessarily aggressive like the 6B plus Ks have been. Jamming 3B, which is a 3B that tends to catch sidestep, not to mention backstep because of how big it is.
Yeah, very long button.
Yeah, it tends to track a lot, and it's nigh unpunishable for Nightmare. It's something that's perfectly reasonable to be jamming a lot. Yeah, he's getting a lot of meter here. That's the optimal combo if you go into stance.
I'm trying it again.
Oh,
nice.
oh,
he has to wall? No, he doesn't go for the 3B first.
No, he has to do 6B plus K first. 6B plus K into Avenger A, and he'll have it. Oh, that sucks.
Now he doesn't have a bar to fight back with here. He's gonna have to take a whole chip or die. I guess that's your other option.
Yeah, I'm like 90% sure you gotta do. You could have done 3B. 3B into 6B into 4-4B plus K would have worked. Yeah. See, this is kind of the reactionary stuff that I was talking about. Schneider kind of like waiting for some of these big buttons to be thrown out, and then just waiting to get a punish out of it.
That was an unfortunate miss on that Avenger A plus B, right? The way that he got up.
At the same time, he did roll and sidestep, so it shouldn't have hit him at all. Schneider could have should have been rewarded with an even bigger punish, and didn't get it.
Oh, he tried to step there instead of just blocking. All he had to do was block. That was an Avenger A hold, which means it was completely safe.
Yeah.
Tried to AGA there, misses the final hit of it.
No sidestep, okay. Oh, that's it.
No, he's alive.
What?
Got one mix and a low.
He didn't finish the combo, and that's why he did.
Oh, is it 6-6B plus K?
6-6B plus K afterwards. Okay. Yeah, we'll be guaranteed there.
So.
Ooh, nice, fantastic combo. The lethal hit being ending the last round in Soul Charge. One of the ones that Grow players, including myself, always forget about. Nightmare's got you up against the ring edge, my guy.
I'm expecting AGA ring too.
Wow, fantastic patience by JAYFORCE.
This might actually be enough.
Yet. No, not just yet.
Oh yeah, no, I was wrong.
Okay.
I think
if I'm JAYFORCE, I feel
the
like
bar here.
Wow.
Never mind. Just the jamming of 3Bs. 3B, what a wonderful
guys. 3B against Nightmare, dude. It's really tough when you can't punish this thing. Grow has, and it beats armor, and it almost all the time beats sidestep and backstep. It's really difficult for Nightmare to condition you out of using the move. It beats a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's got to sidestep a lot and sidestep without pressing buttons, right? Because
good luck sidestepping with Nightmare as like an answer. Like it's really not easy.
That was definitely a dissection of how you're supposed to fight versus Nightmare towards the tail end, right? He was being a little more aggressive and throwing out big buttons and attempting to beat Nightmare early in the first two games, but really started to turn it around and just play more patient and choose the buttons that are almost always just going to beat armor as a defensive tool to force Nightmare to play honest, because that is one of the things that Nightmare is trying his best never to do. Nightmare does not want to play honest. He wants to be degenerate. He wants to make you feel like your buttons don't do anything. Nightmare players playing on it. Yeah, exactly. You get it. I don't know which one of the winners quarterfinals we're going to see next. It might be Souzou versus Dr. Psycho. We might actually finally see Souzou.
Yeah, we haven't seen Souzou yet.
Mm-hmm. That is one of the WNF player classics, right? Like Souzou is one of the people we see the most often, especially out of the ones that we have in this bracket. Man, you gotta have a big friend request to run online tournaments for PlayStation. It scares me. I'm like, oh man, that's a lot of people. My anxiety's acting up just looking at it. Is exclamation point bracket a thing? Let's see. There we go. There you go. Now you can see the bracket.
Exclamation point bracket for the bracket. Exclamation point Matcherino for the Matcherino.
There we go. You're getting it. Yeah. That's a good one to use.
All the traditional commands.
Exclamation point SoulCalibur, right? Isn't there one for that? I wonder what that one does. Does anyone remember off the top of their head? Is it exclamation point SoulCalibur all one word? I'm about to check it right now. Exclamation point Caliber. And that is for the BYOC tournament for Evo Vegas. Evo Vegas 2025. There's already a good amount of entrants, but there could be even more. And I don't believe you even need a main Evo badge to play in the BYOC tournaments. Other tournaments coming up right there. Beast in the East. Going to be having SoulCalibur 2, I believe also SoulCalibur 6, and SoulCalibur 3 as well. That is 3 SoulCalibur games all in one tournament, and that is coming up very soon. Star.gg.
SoulCalibur 3 is not really one that we see all that often.
I love SoulCalibur 3. I'm going to be so real. And I don't even care if it's vanilla. It doesn't need to be arcade edition. If you leave in variable cancel, I'll just play Minzarugi. It's fine.
First SoulCalibur tournament I ever went into.
Was it SoulCalibur 3? Me too.
Yeah. How did you do it?
I won my first arcade stick.
Nice.
That's how I did. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have talked about this, haven't we?
Yeah, we talked about that. I played on pad with the triggers, and some guy said I was weird, and if I did well, I could trade my winnings for like a backup stick he had in his backpack. And I didn't just do well, I won. That guy got third. He was a little salty, but I gave him it was like a gift card to some game store and like $50 or something, and I gave him that, and boom, I got myself an arcade stick.
50.
Never looked back. Yeah, it was good prizing. That's crazy. That was the most money I've ever made in esports ever. Crazy. But here we go. Looks like we're going to be getting into this here soon. Both S ranks. I actually don't know who Dr. Psycho plays, and he is a Twitch streamer. Maybe I should check him out.
He also says TTV, so I haven't seen him on Twitch unless he goes by a different name.
It would be weird to put TTV at the end if you don't use the same name. Oh, maybe I can check right now. Genius.
I'm sure that I've seen that from a handful of other people.
Like people who have TTV in their name and don't actually stream.
And they don't actually stream. Yeah.
That's why I just don't put TTV at the end of my name.
With so many Grow players,
have to find me.
Yeah, with so many Grow players being around, I think it would be really funny for Souzou to also play Grow in this tournament.
He does have a side Grow, huh?
Every once in a while, yeah.
Can I not spell Dr. Psycho? Maybe I can't spell. I think I spelled Psycho right. I don't see him. You're right. Oh well, darn. I was gonna try to guess what character he plays by looking at his
once again.
Potential Twitch streams.
What a surprise.
Uh-oh. We'll bring out the belt for this player who's not, you gotta crack the whip. He's not here.
I'm about to bring out the belt. If you come into this lobby, get ready to fight. If not,
Yep, we're here
belt
to. We're not here to sleep. We're here to fight.
today. Please, Dr. Psycho, if you can hear us, ready up or get kicked. Yay! All right. You were 5 seconds
You didn't have to
away
bring out the
from
belt. That's pretty good.
I'm going away now. Bye.
He heard, oh no, mom's getting the belts again. I can't deal with this. No.
Stage of history retold.
Boy, that really spells a dark past for this
My
player.
bad. Nightmare time. Someone in chat is maybe giving away the character Dr. Psycho plays. Ooh.
Or Souzou has just decided to play Nightmare for some reason.
I hope to God not. Please don't.
Yoshi v
Ivy!
Wow.
Oh, this is a terrible matchup for you.
That sucks for
Holy
Souzou.
shit.
If there is anybody, any character that Souzou has lost more to in tournament, it
It's
is
Ivy. Uh-huh.
It can be
Oh,
a
no.
naturally frustrating matchup for Souzou or
He
for
could
Yoshimitsu.
swap
in
over
particular.
to Grow for this. This might be a Grow swap. You might have accidentally called it.
I never know when Souzou decides to do that type of thing. I find that he'll only do that against Ivy players that he has a particularly tough time with. Your Infectiouses and
Your
Incendiates,
yeah.
people like that. So we'll see if he feels like he has to do the same thing here. He may even get like stomped in this first game and still decide to
And
go with
still say
Yoshimitsu.
Yoshi, yeah.
I think it's a perfectly reasonable. It's nowhere near of an impossible matchup as I think potentially certain Yoshi players make it seem.
It is probably his worst matchup, but like his worst matchup is still pretty good. I think
See,
Yoshi has a
his
very
worst
well-rounded matchup spread.
Yeah, I would say his worst matchups are Tira and Mitsu, because even once you get in on those characters that do have fantastic backdashes, they still have the ability to hit you really, like, you're not necessarily in the driver's seat the second that you get in, unlike you are with Ivy.
I guess you're right. Yeah, Ivy doesn't really have too much stuff up close that's going to be extremely scary, but like one backdash from someone like Mitsu or Tira, you're eating shit all over, and you got in just to be knocked out. I guess you could think of someone like Palmaru almost the same way.
Yeah,
Ooh, good catch on the sidestep there. Tried to sidestep button immediately, and Dr. Psycho calling it out.
going with Soul Charge here. Can't
I
say
like
I'm
that.
surprised.
Stealing
it's
his
only
button,
like
stealing
one
his
hit
turn
away. But I don't know if I've ever seen Dr. Psycho even play in any of these PSN tournaments.
Yeah, well, this is the first time I've ever seen the name ever. So.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't watched too many online tournaments as of recent. I've only recently.
Maybe he
started
was just
commentating.
getting his doctorate the whole time.
Yeah, he was busy being a doctor, guys. Oh, and the hell sweep. Good stuff. As a bait/punish for the GI. Really good. Using a delayed tool to take your turn back so you're not making your turn super obvious. I really like that. Some people are very content with playing on tempo all the time, and that's kind of how you lose in Soul Calibur most of the time. Like, just wanting to play on tempo, because if your opponent gets a read on your timing, I mean, how do you get back in? How do you get that advantage back? You don't.
Especially when you're playing against a defensive character, when you're playing an offensive character, it always feels like you only have so many opportunities. So I do appreciate that Souzou is able to stagger his offense in a controlled, tempered way.
Oh, pushing out here instead of going for the combo that leaves him in. Nice, I dig it. And then going for the, you know, some people say that that's reactable because she puts down both arms for the mid, and then she puts down one arm for the low. I think those people are full of it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Settle down, guys. Oh,
It's like when people tell me, oh, I can tell the difference between.
there.
I think so. Yeah, 3B,
Yeah,
3B
hold
hold.
into A, yeah. He wasn't expecting it to like fully connect, I think. Wow, just run up A
Whoa.
plus B.
That was interesting. I guess, you know, expecting Souzou to just continue to play patient and play on tempo there, which was probably a good spot to do so. You have all the advantage. You're still in the lead here, but
Oh, is he out?
it's going to get scary really fast. No, he's alive.
Oh, wow.
Oh, running in, getting the A as a punish. Something's better than nothing.
Yeah, I kind of really wish that it was something a little bit bigger. It just doesn't seem like Souzou is fully committing to the opportunities that he's getting, and you only get so
I
many.
also think Yoshi's AA is minus on hit, right? So yeah,
Well,
committing to
yeah,
something bigger. would be
I
better.
believe any I-10. No, not as well, but most
not
I-10s are
Cassandra
minus
either,
4.
because
Oh, that's just
Cassandra's
neutral,
I-10
yeah.
is 0. Yeah, she got to keep her good frames because it used to be an I-12. I think they just forgot to change it. You know, they just forgot to adjust it.
All right, Dr. Psycho takes the first one in a very traditional IVV Yoshi fashion. We'll see if Souzou decides to switch characters. If I had to take a guess, I feel like he's just going to stick with the same person. There's a very perfectly reasonable chance that he gets a stage that will be a lot better for him.
Yeah, a
and
smaller
make him
stage,
feel a
no
little
ring
more
outs
comfortable.
would be so good right now. A
And
smaller
he
stage,
really
no ring outs and no
wasn't.
walls.
He really wasn't kept out anywhere near as much as.
Well,
you
hot
typically
damn it!
see
What
in
did
a
I
match
just
like
say?
that.
What kind of stage did I say Souza would want here?
Yeah, this is exactly the kind of stage that you would want to see. Now the question is, can he actually get any of the wall combos in whatever kind of connection they have? Jump K becomes a lot more viable, Med K becomes a lot more viable, 6-6K. Ivy just doesn't have anywhere near as many places to go. See, I really wish he was getting more shots, man. What's the point?
Yeah, even
of
something like
3AA?
3AA or 3AB would be
There
better.
you go. Well, what you want is something like that, 4KB.
That looked extremely reactable, but you know, it might just be me knowing when Zozo wants to go for sweep more often. I've seen him play for. I feel like I've watched this man play for at least 40 hours between all the tournaments he's been in.
How devastating!
Oh,
Wow.
nice beat slide
Okay.
in.
Sozu's had enough.
Oh, trying to stay on the ground, and Souza said no. He's like, hold this 1K.
Always the most irritating thing about dealing with Yoshi Oki is that all of his good stuff hits grounded too. So like you have to get up and deal with the best mix in the game.
Oh, not just going for the 9K, but doesn't need it. The 6-6K there after the wall and already getting the kill. Look at the dominant fashion of which things have changed. Oh, didn't even really get walled out, but just having the smaller stage, knowing you don't have to chase your opponent as much, probably just has Souzo on offense more ready. You know, like just ready to press more
The
buttons.
fact that the wall was right there, keeping the amount of pushback that was happening, is exactly why he won the second round in the manner in which he did. So the different stage is kind of doing wonders, and it's also going to get him this next wall hit and get him his first game. So
I guess you just got to
if
reroll
Dr.
as Dr.
Psycho
Psycho.
decides to keep this. Oh right, we're not on Parsec, so we don't have to worry about keeping the stage or
Oh,
not.
you can't. You can only keep the same stage on consecutive bouts, but
Yeah.
this is a lobby that has 3 people because of the spectating.
Stage of history
I see. I see.
All right. It might all come down to what this stage is. Oh! Wasn't
No
expecting the
shot.
change.
Whoa. Okay. Okay. I do think Souzo has a lot of Zos practice though between me, Pheromontress, Ron the Tryhard. A lot of good Zos players have existed. The
Dr.
Zos
Psycho
switch.
has at least 2 S-rank characters. It's not very often that you get to see somebody who has multiple S-rank characters. We'll see how this goes. What do you think about the overall matchup?
I really like
character-wise?
Zos versus Yoshimitsu. I don't think it's very bad. I think Zos can scrap up close and then has a lot of the good long-range pressure that keeps this character out. Like things like, yeah, exactly. Things like 6-6-A hold, things like, I think even some of his lows are pretty long range, and he has a really good long range mid check in 6BB and 6BK.
He doesn't have to worry about getting pressured too heavily?
I don't think so, right? I think he has good boxing tools because of the fact that he has 6K, where if you're ever just doing something that's too fake, too cheeky, you're going to get 6K'd and either get counter hit, knockdown, or get lethal hit. And both of those are good positions for Zos, right? Like putting the curse on you, very good position. While standing full crouch 3K is also very good.
Oh, that almost looked like a punishable for you.
Yeah, if you do half charge, I think it's like -14, so it should be like punishable by the entire cast, but it's one of those things that if you're not ready for it, you won't get your punish because you almost never see half charge. Most Zos either fully charge it or don't charge it at all.
Man, it really
Oh,
is
that
kind
was
of
a
crazy.
sick anti-air.
Yeah,
Wow,
it really is,
he's
it
ready.
really is kind of crazy, just like how much Souzu's. You can really see why Souzu has a tough time with Ivy when you see his natural playstyle when he plays against other characters. He is such a defensive player, and when you can't do that against characters like your Tira, Mitsus, and Ivies, you can see that Souzu is forced to go way out of his comfort zone. Here, he just seems a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, even with almost losing that last round, right, just still staying on the game plan and keeping tempo, it worked out extremely well for him. Oh, going for the 6B plus K. Interesting choice on the mid, -12, not getting their punish. Push towards the wall here. Yeah, just gonna have to hold that or take the guard break there. That's unfortunate. Just fully scurrying off the wall. Did you see the rat steps from Dr. Psycho there? He scurried away from the wall.
You gotta get out of there. Sheer panic. He's already 2 rounds down. I don't know, man. I feel like staying with Ivy was the way to go. I think you just got a bad stage. Had you gotten Ivy on this stage, it wouldn't have been that bad.
Like, and I think maybe Zos on that other stage would have been pretty good, right? Because Zos can reverse wall stun and reverse wing out, right? So having reverse wall splats for wall combos is really good. But I mean, you're just like on a really neutral stage, and this neutral stage would have been more favorable for Ivy. Unfortunately, you don't get to keep stage and swap character and keep stage. This is SoulCalibur. Oh my God, the duck on the 3 AKB. He was ready for it. He's got I was like, he's got one more mix-up before he's just dead. And Sozo.
Well, the problem is that he was also dead to like a red guard gauge, and I think that's why Sozu just decided to this guy there. Because even if he blocks it, he kind of doesn't care.
Is that is -12 though, right? So, oh, we still have 35 codes remaining. We still got 35 codes. What are y'all doing? Hey guys, use the Matcherino. Let's get the rest of these codes up. I see 40 people here. Between 40 people, there's no way we can't use up another 32 codes. Let's get it done. Let's do it. I'll do it too. Wait a minute. Am I looking at the right one? I did not have the right Matcherino open. See, so I'm part of the problem. Don't be like me. Don't be part of the problem. Hit the contribute button. Log in with one of your social medias of choice. There's like a million options. You can even log in with battle.net. Who would do that? And then you just hit the claim code button, boom, and you use it, and then your name goes to the bottom, and you can see that someone chose to, use their name in the code thing. Look at that, boom. Both the commentators just did it. You can do it too.
I told you the very first username I ever had for any game, right? There was a BattleNet name.
I think so. It was like, because I had mentioned your old username, Clown with Muffin. So what was it?
The very first one I ever did was for StarCraft, and the name was StarCraft Mod.
Yeah, and you would try to like scam people out of their passwords. Yeah. I remember the story. Good times. And you said it worked a couple times too, and then other people were like, "Hey, this isn't a real mod.
Yeah.
You shouldn't give them your password." And you would PM them and tell them to shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, this is M333. I'm the TO behind the scenes. I just wanted to give a big shout out to everybody who's already redeemed a code. Eli, Mr. Leapfrog coming in with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 7 codes. Imagine. He's got multiple accounts. That's crazy. And Dr. Psycho, Ice Dark Siege, Snyder, Bad Kitty, Leapfrog again. That's crazy. JJJ, Beanie, Gigi, Sozo, and if you don't see your name on this list, you've been warned. This is your final warning, or else.
Are you gonna show them what happens if they don't put their name on the list?
I am. Turn your sound up if you don't have it on already. This is what's gonna happen.
Now, for reference, I'm sure some of you might like that. So if you do hit the contribute button, duh, what are you doing?
That's crazy. It's not a threat, it's a promise. Redeem the codes or else. Belt. I'm just kidding,
That's a
but
really
thank you
good
guys. Yay, Chanel BX. Yeah, thank you guys for redeeming the codes, for facing the threat. I appreciate it. Nice doing business with you. Don't let it happen again. I'm just kidding. But I really do appreciate you guys for still supporting Caliber. If you don't know, this is a PlayStation tournament. ESL has abandoned us, and most of the TOs are diverting their resources and their efforts to PC and Parsec. So we are kind of like the last little thread of the PlayStation community lifeline. So I really appreciate everybody that is in the bracket tonight and still supporting the PlayStation side of Caliber. And for these commentators for commentating a PlayStation tournament. What do you guys think about the PlayStation peeps so far?
Thank you, Beanie, for commentating PSN people.
Hey, and thank you for commentating on. I think
thank you so much.
I think all of Caliber, no matter where you are, if you are still actively playing the game and enjoying it in some way, whether it be casually, whether it be just doing customs like Creative Souls, or playing in these online tournaments, I think you are a W person, and I'm glad to see more of the community get some shine and spotlight through these PSN community tournaments. So I'm a big fan of Caliber, no matter where it's played. It could be played directly off of a toaster. I don't think SoulCalibur 6 will run on toaster. Maybe SoulCalibur 4 through like emulation.
You know what can? It would be Doom.
Okay. I shouldn't have mentioned Mick Gordon. Oh, here we go. We're talking about a toaster.
Dude, Beanie, have you seen a bracket recently?
It looks pretty crazy. Where did Mindwolf go?
We have some upsets. JeronGordon has beaten Mindwolf.
Yeah, no Mindwolf, no ViolinPhantom.
ViolinPhantom going down to Infidelity. Infidelity versus Sozu. will be one of our winner semis. JeronGordon versus JAYFORCE, the Grow player we've seen multiple times already, will be the other one.
Yeah, that is. Those are upsets if I've ever seen them. But it seems that the Caliber community and the power, the strength is so top heavy, right? Like everyone is so strong now that we're constantly uplifting each other as we play against each other. There's no more like we're just blowing each other out. Every person at this game that is still playing has the propensity to be good.
You really took a long walk to make sure that you didn't say that the SoulCalibur community has very high caliber players.
I had to use so many other words.
Yeah, you really like went like on a long walk there.
The power level of the players. Just say caliber, man. The caliber of these caliber players is off the charts. It's over 9,000. Yeah, get them out of here. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
That's crazy. Too early Infidelity. You're after JAYFORCE and JeronGordon. But thank you for being ready. Imagine.
Now that he's gone, just kidding.
2 J names being commentated by a person with 3 J names.
I don't have any J's in my
appreciate you
name.
being ready though. This is amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Oh no, this is the Battle of the Jays. The Battle of the Jays being commentated by the J, backed up by
That's what
Beanie.
I'm talking about,
Yeah.
Beanie. I was just mentioning this.
Do you want me to like put a J in front of my name for the one time?
I want you to put a J in front of your name all the time.
I don't know if I could do that. J Beanie Thuggish? That sounds awful.
Why? Because it has a J in it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Once again, I appreciate the fact that this SoulCalibur tournament is powered by puppies.
I also like the fact that we get to see cool things like UMAD, which is coming up, and the BYOC at EVO SoulCalibur 6 tournament slides coming up. Because this means, remember guys, there are offlines for this game. This game is not dead. Don't let anybody tell you this game is dead. If people say this game is dead, if you read an article about this game being dead, they don't pay attention. Because look at these community nights for SoulCalibur, for all of these games that exist online mostly. Something like Dead or Alive 6 and SoulCalibur 6, 2 6 entries, abandoned by their developers. Ain't that nothing? And then also the offline tournaments. Huh?
Nothing, I'm making a Lord of the Ring reference. Keep going.
Oh no! There's so many tournaments coming up. East Coast, West Coast, Europe, where there will be something hopefully in your area for you to experience offline. And guess what? If you don't have an offline tournament close enough to you and you have a venue that exists, make one, right? I have a local fighting game scene that is down to play anything and everything. A couple weeks ago, we did SoulCalibur 2 back-to-back with SoulCalibur 3. They liked one of these games, not the other. I'm sure you guys can guess which one. So I'm going to try to also introduce them to SoulCalibur 6 here soon. And here we go. It looks like we might be getting
to find
into
out what this character is going to be. Grover's.
Oh yeah, JeronGordon. Yeah, we haven't seen his character yet.
Yeah, what beat Mindwolf? We so very rarely get to see Mindwolf lose in the PSN tournament, which I guess means we don't really get to see Mindwolf lose just in general.
Let's see. Shang, wow.
You know what?
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Could not have been less surprised.
Oh yeah, character with a lot of safe launchers and really fast options. Yeah.
You're kidding. Oh, that's so disappointing. We could have seen an Amy player. That would have been cool. All right, Grow versus Xianghua.
That was a little biased. I heard the bias in your voice.
Well, heaven forbid we see a character that we literally never get to see, huh? We
I guess that's true. We do see a lot of Xianghua. This character is very strong, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. They can never make her bad. I don't know. Well, that's not true. Wasn't she not very good in SoulCalibur before? SC5 late. Okay. Leisha wasn't her though. We'll give Leisha a pass.
And you know why Leisha wasn't very good? 2-2B didn't exist.
Oh, it
So
didn't.
isn't that
And I
funny?
think it was a different. It was slower in 4, like ridiculously slow.
Well, Xianghua was also just not really played all that much in 4 just in general, so it's kind of difficult to say. No, that's punishable. Oh!
Ooh,
Okay,
getting the
good
sides
read.
about, and there's the 2-2. Speaking of 2-2B,
2-2B. I mean, it could have been anything at that point.
it feels good
Wow,
to know
what
that
a-
it was 2-2B, you know?
It blows my mind how much JAYFORCE is using 6B plus K, just like out of nowhere.
Yeah, he loves his big buttons that shouldn't be working as often as they do. Like, he just has a, you know, some players are just mind readers, right? Like, they played a lot of maybe platform fighters where you don't get a lot of big openings without just making big reads. And JAYFORCE feels like maybe he came from something like a Super Smash Brothers, because the reads that he goes for in situations where otherwise there's something smaller and safer you could do just feels so foreign to me when watching people play SOULCALIBUR.
Okay, we're getting some good Oki here from the X player.
Ooh, really good Oki.
The wall is red, which means a hit like
dead?
this could potentially do it.
Dead?
There it
Yeah,
is.
dead. GG's. the bounce actually
The fact
so
that you
funny.
don't have to spend meter for this as well, this is something that I think a lot of players, even to this day, have a tough time with regards to Xianghua. I think Xianghua, your meter usage needs to be pretty radically different than what it normally is, because this is what you want a Xianghua player to spend their meter on.
Yeah, if he
You want them
spins
to
it on
spend
a soul charge,
soul
you
charge,
feel
yeah.
so good. You're like, oh, thank God, one less CE to deal with.
And so, in my opinion, that means that you should be spending meter, especially for a character like Gro. You should be spending meter on soul charges a lot more often, because for one, you get to be a soul charge character against a non-soul charge character, right?
Yeah, you have
because the
superpowers and they're
Xianghua
just a normal guy.
Yeah, if X isn't going to be using her soul charge to combat it like you typically would, then that's a golden opportunity for you. Using meter more aggressively against a character like Xianghua, I think, is very important. Yeah, it's the first game to JAYFORCE pretty convincingly. JeronGordon could potentially get a very similar situation to Schneider, in the sense of just like realizing what you can do to play it a little bit more defensively, or potentially just go in a lot more. He is playing a character that can be more aggressive, so hey.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Yeah, I like that at least it's a battle back and forth because both these characters really want to play in the same ranges, but it feels like maybe Jeron didn't want to play the more passive and patient game to counterplay JAYFORCE, right? It felt like JAYFORCE was doing the big buttons, same thing he did versus the other characters that we've seen. When Xianghua decimates that kind of play, but Jeron pressing buttons at the right times and wrong times. So you just gotta make those reads to sit back and block sometimes, especially versus a player who wants to. Whoa. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, deciding to go with something a little bit more defensive then, huh? I mean, hey, it's gonna be kind of difficult for JAYFORCE to get out of some of the Oki if JeronGordon is 100% with the meaties, with the force blocks and everything. So at the very least, you can get something like, that's one of the greatest assets that Mina has, is that you can't weasel out of any of her Oki. Now, it's just going to be a matter of trying to get that knockdown initially. You can already tell that we're immediately gonna go for a... Man, you're almost dead, too. You have to get up here. No,
you don't have to get up, actually. Well, surprisingly.
No, you do have to get up there. If he had just done
do
236BA, he would have run out
because that does scoop off the ground. But I'm surprised to not see them enforce that Oki. That's why I said you don't have to get up here. Yeah, oh, running like a track star. Okay, Gordon. He's out of there.
Oh no, but he could totally lose here. Yeah, I kind of understand. If you can build it in one round, it's okay to use it in one round. That's an insane read. Okay, there you go. You got it.
And that's going to be death, yeah.
Boy. Yeah, I really hope that JeronGordon realizes next time, you just go for the force blocks on some of these Oki situations. Don't try to rely on, like, additional levels of Oki. You don't have to with Mina. Mina gets just kind of, like,
pressure is
fantastic.
so solid that most of the time it actually feels like a waste to try to be fancy, right? She is that character who is very good at playing lame and playing small. I don't know if this is going to ring up because of the
it is.
Nice.
Yeah. This is a very narrow stage, and that's definitely helping out. JAYFORCE really having a tough time with the 4-4-As. If you can't block 4-4-A on reaction, at the very least, you just have to try and get out of that situation where you're at tip hit. That's only going to lethal hit at certain ranges. Like that range that you're sitting at right there. Like, don't do that.
So the reason why that range is working, because that's the range where JAYFORCE has been trying his best to try to press buttons to call out Gordon doing something. That's the same range he's used versus Nightmare as well, right? And it works very well versus Nightmare. Probably works really well versus Xianghua. I don't think it's going to work very well versus me. Oh, going for the mid? Going for the mid again? Okay, no. I'm glad I wasn't on the screen fucking blocking. I'd have got hit. No? Okay, yeah, this time not going for the Oki.
I don't know so much about Mina just going up and, like, just regular blocking. Well, with the fact that like the guard gauge could potentially like make things a lot worse. Oh, you had it.
The
no.
scoop, but for some reason going for the B. I think like it doesn't feel too bad, right? Okay, well,
Yeah, but it's just like if you just went with BB, that was it.
yeah. Instead of doing the full charge, trying to get some of that guard gauge damage, but you just had them dead instead of guard gauge damage. You could have just got around the 3 little blips. That's probably what you want here is the 3 blips.
Yeah, JeronGordon, I think utilizing things like 6A can certainly work out a lot better in your
confirmed
favor.
the 1B there at the end of that 6-6B, correct?
I think you're right. Wall hit yet again.
Oh,
Not
that was
often that we
nice.
get to
Going for
gross
Soul
hold
Charge.
of Wow.
That is
pretty
so
good read on
unfortunate,
JAYFORCE's
trying to be
part. Yeah.
cheeky.
Yeah, every time JeronGordon has tried to be cheeky, they could have just gone for something that's a little bit more solid. Like, if you had just gone for, like, a 3B on that Oki situation, it would have been fine.
Backstepping, nice. The 3B. I mean, the 6-6B again. No, not going for another 6-6B. Just trying not to die to grow Oki here. I like that. What is that? Full crouch, 3KA?
3AK.
3AK. Very
Yeah.
fast. High
Mid,
hori mid.
No, it's mid-mid.
Oh wow, I didn't know that was mid. Okay, that's really good.
Well,
then.
the first hit is mid at the very least. I actually am not 100% on the second hit. It doesn't really come up all that much, whether that's a high or a mid. So, but it's one of the most underrated moves that Mina has. I think it's definitely a very important move to have a mid hori in a situation like that. It's kind of like a really important move that plugs a gap in what her overall spacing game is like. In terms of what JAYFORCE needs to do here, I do feel like he needs to be a little bit more aggressive. Sitting at that mid-range, trying to do things like 6A plus B and 6B plus K, it's going to be tough to keep up with Mina, because that is the kind of spacing that the character wants. Meanwhile, if you're in here, in a situation like this, I think it's a lot better for JAYFORCE.
Yeah, now there's no walls either, so if one of you gets a big hit, it could just spell doom. I think, like, the ring out situation for Mina is a lot better, and her Oki makes it very hard for you to check out of some situations. So you really got to be careful versus her anywhere near center of the stage, because you might get run out.
Yeah, this is the kind of pressure that you want as Grow. It's like these little tiny hits over and over again, but you know, I say tiny, but then you look at like the amount of damage that the character is getting out of these spots.
The nickel and dime is very strong. Like, we call it nickel and dime, but it's probably like quarter. You know, it's not a nickel at all or a dime.
Here we go. He has to be right about this. That is not
what
he
you
wanted.
did. Oh god.
I think he wanted. Man, it really
Soul
seems like
attack.
JeronGordon is going out of their way to do slightly off-kilter tricky stuff with Mina, when the most basic type Mina stuff is the most traditional stuff for a reason. Just go with that. Go with things like 3B and full crouch 1KK and like
Yeah,
just do that stuff.
I like meta for a reason. You know, they call it meta because it means it's most efficient tactic available. You know, like, you don't have to do the least efficient tactic available. That would be Leta. We don't like Leta. We like meta. Oh, I like that check again, using that to stop them from pressing buttons
post
or
two-way on
sidestep.
hit it's a really important piece, right? Because the only other option that you have in a spot like that to beat Step Duck from Mina is 6-6A, which isn't necessarily all that great on block or anything. Bro,
Yeah,
trying
at
to jam in
ranges
that
it's a
3B.
little harder, but I do still like. Oh, nice! That was a little tricky, but that was one of those tricky situations that kind of worked out for him, right? Going for the fake, the fake 1B.
Yeah, but then we immediately go for a 4-4B and end up losing out on the Oki. But luckily, we keep getting these 4-4As, and that's really what's been
4-4As
selling.
have been profitable, very profitable.
Everybody's having a tough time with their Oki today. I think that's enough. In yellow, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Gore does a chunk. If he's
Yeah,
not
it's
dead,
a shame that Mina didn't get the opportunity to get a Soul Charge in there. We haven't seen Mina do a Soul Charge yet, have we?
I don't
No, we saw
believe
we saw it one time when JAYFORCE was
Soul
up
attack.
against the wall. Yeah, but I mean, you know, just being in Soul Charge just in general, I think we've only seen it one time. Here we go. I like using it immediately. This is the most powerful Soul Charge in the game, in my opinion.
I think Mina has a lot of good buttons in Soul Charge and gets to still play the same game. Like, her game plan doesn't change too much. It just gets more powerful.
Boy, having to spend 2 bars and not necessarily... There we go. Not necessarily getting anything out of the first one.
The first, only being able to use the
go.
first one as a burst feels kind of bad, but she builds meter pretty fast.
Yeah, she's one of the best meter builders in the game.
Like, it's like her and like Nightmare are batteries. I don't know who put the energizers in these and like didn't tell anyone they were rechargeable batteries. And like, you know, that's kind of fucked up.
Astaroth too, and Amy.
Maybe once you have roses. Ooh, the sneaky side swap from JJ I was gonna say JJ from JAYFORCE to take that final round there. Nice. Sitting pretty in winners finals. We'll have to see if he's playing in SouzouLion or Infidelity next.
Yeah, I think the next time, if we end up seeing JeronGordon again, going with like the typical Mina stuff, we never really got to see any 1Ks or like 1KKs. We saw a lot of stuff like, you know, 1B into cancel. We saw a lot of 4-4B on wake up and stuff, and you really don't have to do that kind of stuff. I think doing things that are force blocks, your 2-6Bs and your 3Bs on your Oki post 4-4A on hit are gonna do a lot more mileage. I think it's gonna be a lot better for somebody, especially with how often JAYFORCE was rolling around. Like, rolling around on the ground is just simply not an option.
Not good
that
versus
actually
Mina.
works against Mina.
Yeah, definitely one of the worst characters to roll around against, and one of the worst characters to roll around against at the edge. And for some reason, still chose to do it. Only really punished for it once, right? Like, got scooped by a 2-3-6B one time, but it was 2-3-6B B hole. So
Yeah.
Well,
Sozu versus Infidelity. This was kind of one of the matches that we expected to see this late in the tournament.
And unfortunately, I expect to see Yoshimitsu, and I don't think Yoshimitsu has any problem dismantling the kind of play that Maxi is known for.
It's all just going to come down to whether Sozu remembers how to deal with Maxi.
Yeah, not a super common character, so might maybe have forgotten some of the spots that you can check back and fight in. And that's what you got to bank on here is Infidelity. If not, you're gonna be playing a really small game of 1K, 6B plus K, and I'm sorry, 6A plus B and like BB, right? And that feels awful.
Maxi could potentially play the space out game. The mid-range space out game is definitely in Maxi's favor. You can get a lot of stuff like this. 2-2A is going to be really good.
Yeah,
3K is going to space
also
out
really good to space out, right? Is that was 6A plus B is the one where he goes Hori mid into vertical?
Yeah, it's just tough to actually space out with it because then you're right in front of the opponent at negative. So it's going to be tough. But yeah, stuff like that, what you're seeing here, a fantastic 2A, a 2B that can be kind of awkward to deal with.
Nice side step out. Yep, and
kind
just going for the meter build.
Yeah.
I do like that was back turn because it made it so that you don't have to deal with as many options from Maxi in back turn. Like you just
the problem is
turn 2A.
The problem is that then Maxi has Maxi back turn B plus K. And which will cover all sidestep and all movement and everything, and that blows. Okay, Infidelity is pretty confidently going through this. Now, this is Yoshi Soul Charge, and that's going to be tough for anybody to do.
Ooh, that was nice!
What a
Baiting
bait.
out the last response because that last one is a break
answer.
attack. Wait, the last one's a break attack. Why did he regularly GI, not RI?
No, he alright.
He RI? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was like, that means he stole some meter from him, too. That's huge.
Yeah. Oh, the tech trap. Catching the 2-2A as well.
For 33%, 34%.
Yeah, I do appreciate the fact that Infidelity is playing this at a range that I think would probably be the most optimal for Maxi.
Yeah,
Good
don't
punish
let
on
the
the
fact that
full prep as
Maxi
well.
has mix-ups make you feel like you have to play a mix-up game. You can play a small game with any character.
Oof.
It's not always effective, but when you're playing the matchup properly, it's going to be more beneficial to play at the ranges that are good for your character in it. Oh, what a call out!
You know what? You didn't punish the 1B on block, my guy, and this
Yeah,
is what
your
you
fault,
gotta
man.
pay for, dude. What have you done? Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Hey, yo, Cotton Eye Joe.
Alright, lots of meter for Sozu. Literally nothing for Infidelity. Infidelity is spending the meter immediately when he gets it. Sozu
I don't
needs
hate
to
that,
play
right?
a little bit more of that. No, I don't hate the idea. Sozu just kind of needs to play more into the kind of ranges that we're seeing here. And not get hit by stuff like this. It is going to be unsafe if you end up blocking.
Oh, what in the world? I didn't know there was a direction you could step. Hey, there's that back turn B plus K you were talking about.
Yeah, there you go. Catches a lot. Now you have to deal with this Maxi Sniper Rifle CE. How are you going to get in and do stuff? There you go.
If you just let Infidelity make some mistakes first. Yeah, not wanting to do the RI that time. Was like, no. I think I'll just live, thanks.
God, how are you going to... That's it.
No, he's
He
alive.
pulled
Oh, he gets walled.
No. There was no way. But 2 bars means that Maxi could probably...
You gotta spin one immediately, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. There you go. Now you don't have to spend. There you go. Now you spend. Maxi
so
Soul
much
Charge,
chip
one
you
of the
can get
worst
here.
Soul Charges in the game. Yeah,
able to check out immediately with that 1A.
You can just mash in some of these spots. It's hilarious. Yeah, he can't stop.
He's about to have a soul charge. Does he use it? No, instead ducking, actually guessing for his life. Instead of getting the splat there, I'm so surprised.
It's tough, right? Because, like, there's probably... Good... So in that situation, Infidelity needs to make some big plays, right? And what he was probably banking on, which I can kind of understand, is the idea of, like, if I soul charge right now, I get him away from me, but I need 1,000,000 damage in order to win this round. I'm in soul charge while he's in soul charge. I need to be in a situation where I'm in the driver's seat and my opponent is not. So I think my best bet is weather this storm, be right now when Souzou is in soul charge. And then if I can weather the storm for just a little bit, like you only had just a little bit more soul charge left, he can then soul charge and then go to town as much as he wants. The problem is that it's maxi soul charge, and that's...
Yeah, weathering the storm just to an pardon the pun here, because my old username, a subpar soul charge, probably not the greatest.
Yeah, we are talking about, like, one of, if not the worst soul charges, versus one of, if not the best soul charges.
Yeah, I would say, like, you said Mina's soul charge was the best. I think it might be Yoshi's, but, like, they're both really good. Yoshi's another one of those characters where his gameplay doesn't really change. He just gets better.
The reason why I say that Mina's is better is that Mina and Yoshi get fantastic mix-up games when they're in Soul Charge. Yoshi still technically needs to get in, Mina doesn't.
Oh yeah, I guess that's fair.
That's my, you know, if you want to say that Yoshi's is better, that's a perfectly reasonable opinion. Does he get the wall? Oh, what a terrible save for Infidelity to get.
Yeah, I was gonna mention it. Like you were talking about the difference between using a soul charge offensively or defensively, and I really wanted to let you finish it. But yeah, this is a great Sozo stage.
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
amazing.
Surprise, a good stage for Yoshimitsu, but still.
Oh no, I can count the number of bad stages for Yoshimitsu on like one hand.
Storm. There you go. Infidelity is getting this. Gets that tech crouch. Man, 6
not even just getting the tech crouch, right? Like actually choosing a proper time to attempt to check. Pulling the my character has gaps against him, right? That was pretty good. Ooh, not going for a punish. I'm so confused.
I think he did. It's just that soul charge, I don't know, made him fat finger or something.
Oh, maybe.
Now he's got to deal with this. Yuck.
Yeah, you're walled twice. Yep, there's the second wall, and you got to hold one more 3B. I love holding, 4 3Bs in a row. Isn't that cool?
Well, he's still in the driver's seat here. Still has the wall pressure. Dead to the next mix, and there it is.
You know,
1-1.
That Yoshi stage didn't really look much like a Yoshi stage.
It did. It's just that Infidelity did really well at dealing with a lot of those spots. Like, Souzou still got 4.2 trillion damage per every wall hit that came out of nowhere. It's just it still wasn't enough. Infidelity outplayed him to that degree.
Let's see what the final stage in this set is going to be. Right back to it. You know, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah. We both went for different idioms that mean the same thing.
Oh, calling out the immediate approach with a button. Good stuff from Infidelity. Claiming those plus frames. But getting hit by the 3AA. Counter hit as well. Gets the knockdown. 4KB. Hell, Sweep using something a little too slow and not able to step out of the 3B. That's the second 3B they've held. Are they going to hold one more? Trying to back that.
Oh, he gets the wall here, too.
Can he do anything with
this? No GI.
He's holding guard. He is so okay with holding guard. I love that. Sozo playing so passive there by the wall, knowing that that wall could have been like his downfall. Really good stuff.
That tends to be Souzou's MO. He tends to be a very lame player. He's very confident in his defense, and the fact of the matter is the wall only comes into play if you're going to get hit by the mid. Doesn't catch the 4-4B because the AA on hit is minus. Souzou with the bar here too.
Ooh.
But it's not going to matter if you get hit by something like that.
Trying to go for the cheekiness. Yeah, stays on the ground, just holds the mix-up, as it were.
I was about to say, it is important to note, technically, I think Infidelity was dead to Yoshi CE there.
Oh.
I was wondering if Souzou was going to try to be, like, cheeky about it, because if Maxi gets stuck in stances and stuff like that, not that Infidelity really does that all that much, If he gets stuck in stances at like mid-range or something like that, Souza
Yeah,
can
you
just
just
be like,
see him. That
bam.
GI does nothing versus it. Yeah, break attack. Yeah, the 3A. Okay.
Catching.
Getting a knockdown here. Oh, ducking. Guessing on the low.
Yeah, decides to just push him up against the wall.
I respect him
Souza
wanting to
is
spin that
relatively
meter
fine.
to get him. He said, "Get off of me, boy." Now, if he can force him into Dragonfly and then get a knockdown, that's gonna feel good. But instead, just playing the offensive game. When this is not the.
Oh,
spot
he's
you wanna
back
play
turn!
the offensive
Oh,
game
it still
for.
works!
Yeah, that feels
Wow,
so
I
bad.
can't. He got back turn on the trade, and so he decides to go up into like upper helicopter so that he has an unblockable available to him.
Oh man!
What a level of adaptation from Souza. That was crazy.
That is one of those caliber jank moments where it's like, if you studied this, you understand why it works and how it works, so you can't be mad about it, but dang does it feel bad when you get hit by it. He's gonna check out, not yet. Oh, tried to check there. Unfortunately, one of the actual plus transitions that Maxi has, not too many of those, even in Soul Charge. The reset into the throw.
Reset, yeah.
Whoa, fancy,
I
man.
like that. I like that, yeah. 1 bar to 1.5.
Yeah, not enough for you to get lethal hit here, which feels good, right? You don't have enough that you have to immediately Soul Charge and spin to bar, which just forces you into a situation where Yoshi's now on the up foot with 2 bars to your 1 or something, but not looking good anyway, being stuck by the wall here.
I remember this about Infidelity, that it's really important that he tried to like jam 2A plus B at some point in the match, and when he plays against certain types of players, it just never works out, and yeah, run up AA, a very classic Souzu thing.
That was the story, that was the Cinderella story of the century. I'm gonna use my pet move. I died.
Yeah. There's certain Maxi players where it's like, it's really important to them.
And now we know what our winners finals is going to be now, right? We know it's going to be JAYFORCE versus SouzouLion. Souzo is working on a secondary grow, so this is one of those matchups where he should have a good amount of experience in it and understanding of the character from playing them. I just want to check back in on something, Chad. I'm checking back in on this match, Reno, and I'm noticing something kind of funky. I see a lot of codes remaining. I see 27 of them.
Oh.
What's going on there, huh?
I think it was
27 match
before.
arena codes. There's 37 people. Eyes emoji. I wonder why that is. Some of y'all not claiming? You really rep the set. You really rep the soul. You really say your soul is still burning. Hit that match arena code. It's that easy. Yeah, just stare at it. You see that? That says 27. It hasn't moved. We're waiting. Impatiently, too.
Tapping my hand.
Yeah, he's getting a beat ready for his freestyle. It's going to be something wacky like 13/6. Trying to think of funnier musical tempos than that. That's actually not that bad. That's only one off step, right? Because that would be almost 2. Yeah, that's not that weird. I'd have to find something worse.
Kind of weird.
We do still have a bunch of tournaments coming up, including, hey, look at that, the other main thing that Xtreme Fighters does, the BYOC for Evo Dead or Alive 6, right? If you like 3D fighters in general, not just SoulCalibur, maybe pull up for that too. You're already going to be there for SoulCalibur, hopefully, so you could always play both games. Not a lot of crossover, but I think the characters and the combat mechanics are good enough. They're fun enough. I was a Zac main myself. And then there is the one for SoulCalibur 6, also BYOC at Evo. The other online tournament we see a lot every week, in fact, or almost every week, Wednesday Night Fight Online Edition. I'm almost a regular commentator over there too. Check that out. They do a ton of tournaments they do one usually every week, and there's a lot of high level competition. Bad Kitties tournament is coming up. Soul Still Burns 5. I think that might be tomorrow, and you guys might hear my voice again. Oh god, I need to drink a lot of water. Oh no. I forgot I told her I would do that.
That's traditional online as well.
Yes, I believe that's traditional online PC wired.
And
not
that's
Parsec.
PC, yeah, okay.
Yes, that's PC wired EU. So right, we have the American side over here today for PS4, and then we have EU tomorrow. And speaking of EU, also your major versus fighting Soul Calibur 2 and Soul Calibur 6. Expect to see both, and expect to see good competition for both, because there are a lot of good European Soul Calibur players, and this is their main tournament. They no longer are going to be using the mix-up. They're not going to be using too much Vianality. You're going to see them here at Versus Fighting. Oh wow, he coaches for a lot of games. Let's go. Unfortunately, one of those is dead. F. Like when people say dead game about Soul Calibur, they're wrong. It's just multiverses.
Why that game?
Like the servers are offline. Like you can't play it unless you already had it downloaded before they turned off the servers. And it's only offline only now. I think they might have, like, you could probably Parsec to play with each other, or there might be some community effort to rebuild the netcode.
I wonder if and when that's going to happen to SC6.
You know, I would love a community rebuild of the netcode. I don't even think Namco needs to do much. Okay, I'm not asking Namco to give us Soul Calibur 7. I think Namco needs to tune down Reversal Edge just a little bit more, so that the casuals don't cry about it. It's gotten nerfed a good few times, but I think it could be a little worse. It's like you can make it a little worse. Add quick match and add rollback netcode. That's it. Everything else can stay exactly the same. Just add in quick match, tune down Reversal Edge a little bit more. Give us some maybe like an updated training mode like Tekken 8's. A punish counter on the screen. It shows you when you get a punish. And we're good. That's all we need. Just a couple HUD elements and a new fancy new netcode.
These things will literally never happen.
Yeah, they're not gonna remember us. So if someone in the community wants to do it, you guys reverse engineer the game to add in crazy mods, right? I've seen some of the dastardly mods you guys are doing with game files. Yeah, come on, just rebuild the netcode. See, Bad Kitty agrees. I'm reasonable. I'm a very reasonable person when it comes to games I already love. I think Soul Calibur 6 is one of the most well-balanced fighting games to ever exist. And I don't say that lightly, because we've had a lot of fighting games. We've had a lot of fighting games that are real cooked when it comes to balance, where the best characters by far and away are better than everyone else. People are like, Super Smash Bros. Melee is a classic. I'm like, yeah, I would love to play more than 6 characters on the roster. That'd be so cool.
That being said, it is kind of insane. It is insane what the evolution of Melee has become. I guess we're not going to get an opportunity to talk about it.
Oh, Ghosty Nightmare Samus. They are a 2B player. You're right. I know this person. Yeah, I know them.
Yeah, they're in a lot of different chats. Apparently, I played against this guy in the very last tournament I entered in NEC. What was that, like 2 or 3 years ago or something?
Wow. Yeah, I played against them a lot on my way to S rank with Garol. I don't remember what character it was, and it was like the most grueling match ever. It was one of the slow-paced characters. It was either Garol or Keelik.
Right.
And I was like, oh my god, please leave me alone.
Well, we don't have a slow-paced character in Grow, and ViolinPhantom is also very much not slow-paced. Neither is Ghost. We're gonna see if either play. Like, I think this is just gonna be a matter of who gets to put the opponent on the defensive more often, and typically speaking, that ends up being the case for 2B. 2B is much better at just removing the neutral game in its entirety so that you get to just, like, press all the time.
It feels like that's what happened for that first round as well.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of, like, fast button pressing and, like, evasive maneuvers that forced Grow into wanting to swing, just like that, like forcing ViolinPhantom into wanting to swing, to try to steal the turn back, to try to reset neutral. But, you know, when you play against a 2B player who's very adept at being squirrely, it is extremely hard to feel like it's ever going to be your turn.
I was just checking to see who Ghost ended up losing to, because this is a loser's match, and they ended up losing to Schneider-X. So that would have been Nightmare versus 2B, and it's heralded as one of the worst matchups in the game. So I can't say I'm too surprised.
Yeah, that character is very belligerent, and she doesn't have a lot of good ways to break armor, if I'm not mistaken. That is one of her big weaknesses versus
anything. Okay, it's not dead just yet. Now we're in the corner. It's gonna be real bad news bears.
Oh,
wow,
that's yep, already rung out. Someone did say ring out incoming earlier in the set, and well, we got it a little later than expected, but there we go.
Yeah, Grow is a very aggressive character, and ViolinPhantom is a particularly aggressive player. But again, it's like, the balance has shifted more towards aggression when it comes to 2B. Grow is a lot better in neutral game. That's not necessarily saying a whole lot because 2B is maybe one of the worst characters in the game when it comes to neutral. But because Grow has the ability to rely on that kind of fundamental strength and 2B doesn't, 2B also gets to be a lot more aggressive and start their pressure from much farther away. So it's going to be up to ViolinPhantom to show some of that anti-2B knowledge that he might have. He needs some reversal edges. He needs to know where some of the block punishes are. Or he needs to just somehow out-aggression the character with aggression shift as the name of one of their stances. It's not going to be easy either way. You can definitely see a ton of ring-outs on a stage like this.
Yeah, this is a scary stage. This is a scary stage to play versus either of these characters, but 2B is already very aggressive and having like long-range buttons that can start combos that can ring out. Ooh, gotta really worry about that.
I predict a back turn ring out for 2B at some point in this game.
I don't even know if Nightmare Samus, if Ghost is gonna allow themselves to be in the position to get back turn ring out. That's what I was gonna say. There's a lot of like aggression pushing towards the ring from Ghost, not from ViolinPhantom. Right? ViolinPhantom seems to be trying to fight for center, but it's not really working out.
Yeah, ViolinPhantom, I'm not sure we've even seen him do an attack yet. There it is, sort of. Good, now you're going to get lethal hit.
Oh, yeah, lethal hit. He builds the bar here, pushed back towards center stage, actually text traps into that, and is one mix-up away now.
Yeah, there's a lot of evasive properties that 2B is able to do, and boy, we are back to the landslides, huh? Did ViolinPhantom win a round in the last game?
I don't believe so, and currently right now, this is looking a little bit like a wash as well.
Round, yeah.
Big damage there. Nice evasive button to stay in the driver's seat. Blocking the slide, going for the baseball.
Oh, is it coming?
Ball standing B. Is that death? No, misses it.
Ooh, no punish. Wow, what a way to catch out of the air. That was cool.
Is that gonna kill?
Yeah.
Oh, that is gonna be the whip punish, and that's gonna be enough to take it as well. Ghost taking it 6 rounds straight 2-0 versus ViolinPhantom.
That was fast. All right. Looks like the next match that we're going to have is Mindwolf, who won an additional match after he had lost to the ex-Mina player that we saw before. And he's going to be going up against Vincent, so we're going to see yet another Grow player.
Yeah, the big time
Grow in PSN, huh?
Big time Grow tournament. Let's go. One is knocked out though. He did just lose a Grow, so. I love seeing the dogs at the bottom. I'm waiting for the dogs to come back under the powered
we're watching the screen very similar. If anybody remembers like the old DVD menus where the little thing would bounce around the screen, and every time it would hit on one of the walls, it would change colors, and you're waiting for it to get into like one of the true blue like corners of your TV instead of like bouncing around it. We're kind of doing that with these dogs.
Like, I'm a cat person, but seeing a doggo on the screen, that's pretty good.
I'm allergic to cats.
I would say so am I, but I've never been tested. I just sneeze, and I'm like, maybe it's not my cats. Maybe it's just the air.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess I've never been tested, but it's tough to ignore the evidence.
I guess I haven't sneezed on broadcast at all, right? Maybe it's not you guys, Cheeto. Cheeto is currently sitting on my computer right now. I'm sure you can assume that he's orange because his name is Cheeto, and you'd be right.
Oh, I thought he was just crunchy.
No, my cat's not crunchy. What do you mean by that?
How do you know?
I hope I don't like he's soft.
You don't know.
We named him because he's orange.
Can I find out?
No, don't. You can't crunch my cat.
So you're never gonna find out.
I don't want to find out. What we can do is we can ask people to crunch that Matcherino button. If they crunch the hell out of that, there'll be less than 27 codes remaining. That's what we need.
How many more codes are there?
27. And we are very close to the end of this bracket. Ooh, do I by any chance sound robotic? I think my internet just went down for a second. Okay.
Oh, well, I think it's... I didn't hear anything.
Okay, good, good. I keep my Wi-Fi antennas handy just in case I do have them plugged in, but I know that my Ethernet cable just wiggled out because he jumped off the computer and he knocked it out. But, you know, all we need is just a few more people to spend on those codes because there's still 40 of you here. Surely that was not all of the people who have been here the entire time. I mean, some of you can go ahead and start clicking those codes now. But here we go. We're going to have Mindwolf versus... I didn't actually see the name because I'm still fuzzy. LPVinson.
This is crazy. I feel like the Grows have infiltrated this tournament.
They have infiltrated PSN. They're a virus.
No, there's been a Grow like every set. I'm starting to see a trend.
He's one of the cooler new characters Calibur's had. Right, if you think of like Soul Calibur 4 characters and onwards, right? Like, so it would have been like Hilda, we would have had like Dampierre, and we would have had Grow and Aswell. Oh, and Algol, I guess. Algol and Grow have been the coolest of the two.
The coolest.
You are Hilda fan? Hilda fan?
Yeah, sorry, Hilda.
Okay.
And
I don't.
she's the prettiest.
I don't know why I just assumed Hilda. I don't know if that was like a pretty girl motivated. Like, oh, she's a girl and she's pretty. Look at her. It's got to be her. But right now, that pretty combo coming out of Mindwolf, trying to get the trying to call out a staying on the ground, but instead Vincent's text. Oh, the 2A stuffing the AA. We're back into it. Oh, nice sidestep once again. Not really wanting to deal with any of the pressure from Mindwolf here, trying to check his way out every time. And it works out for him.
I do appreciate the fact that both of them were trying to corral each other towards the corner for like more than half of that match. And it was also a hell of a whiff punish to go with 4-4 KA as the whiff punish from Vincent at the very end of that round.
Yeah, very confident on that whiff punish is what that was. 100%.
Okay. Interesting choice.
Himself in a soul charge. That is minus. Taking the punish. I don't know why you would do the last stick. Kind of scary. I don't think that jails into GI or jails from GI.
Yeah, it's just a matter of like trying to catch a killer player who's in evil to, you know, try to keep them from matching. I think it makes sense. Ooh, now that last one is scary because that could have been RI'd, and then you could have had a real rough go of it.
Oh, no, not going for the real punish there. That should have been just an AA. Even from range, I believe Grow's AA would have reached there.
Potentially. Ooh, getting an R. Well, you don't actually get that much meter, and that's
I was like, that would have been a good amount of meter if he didn't have so much.
Yeah. One of the reasons to always spend your meter. You don't want to be in a position where you're not building any meter. Like, I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing a Gross Soul Charge right now.
Yeah, I think Gross Soul Charge to... That's going to duck under it. Gross Soul Charge to parry it would have been really good. But now, like, making Mindwolf waste that first Soul Charge, using the second one here, even if he wins this round, Vincent will get a Soul Charge.
Wow, that was an insane...
What a punish! This guy's a god!
I mean, the 3B got blocked, and I think Mindwolf realized that he could have CE punished that, but then was, like, slightly off and did an AA, which then got ducked so that there was a CE punish on Vincent's side instead. That's really funny.
I like the idea that he didn't just press guard to wait for the punish. He pressed down and guard so that if the punish missed, he would have something ready. That's actually kind of funny. He was like, well, if it's going to punish me, then down and guard won't work. I may as well just do down and guard. What's the worst of it? That's a funny little OS, right? Like a punish OS. Not something that you really think of.
Yeah.
Dang, both these guys are real stacked on the points, huh?
Not surprising. I mean, what else can you do nowadays?
Make customs. Have fun. Oh, nice. Getting the crumple there. Vincent is so patient. That was the first time he tried to take his turn back right there. He finally went for it and immediately taking another turn after getting his frames, and Mindwolf's scouting it out with the GI.
Yeah, he does feel very confident in this matchup. Not something that I see all that often. I'm maybe he has a killer player that he plays against a lot.
Yeah, because he's very fine with playing extremely passive in most situations. Sometimes, I mean, being a little too patient will get you killed in rounds like that, but it's good to know and find out, like, oh, how patient am I allowed to be in a matchup to see what your opponent is willing to do to try to open you up, right? Statue blocking and like, well, is my opponent going to go for a throw? Is my opponent going to use a lot of like really cheeky lows? Are they going to go for like stagger offense? What are they going to do to open me up? I can just sit here and take a little bit of the chip damage that is lows or the chip damage that is soul charge to find out. And with that information, you can tell, boom, Vincent is trying to adjust to the way that Mindwolf wants to open him up.
Didn't even have to spend his bar to try and equal out the rounds. I'm kind of surprised that Vincent is playing it so without meter, but it definitely seems to be working out for him. He's not out.
Yeah, he's alive, barely.
Ooh,
oh, and the cheeky low, speaking of.
We gotta spend meter now, right?
I think after that punish, yeah, you just kind of spin it. Right after the punish. Why didn't he hold down again? What?
I guess the 2A plus B gets him away from the Avenger 6A. I guess the idea is to try and tech crouch underneath.
Yes, tech crouch is underneath, and it has like a small like sidestep to it too, right? So if you do something like immediate 663, you might end up like swaying it.
Yeah, maybe.
Going for the soul charge here.
It's a bet for sure.
Was expecting a. Oh, that's so good. Was expecting the immediate soul charge, and he didn't use it for. I forgot about that grow low. What is that? Down forward
A plus
B. Yeah, that's a good low. It's really fast. Ooh, trying to use the back turn B plus the back turn K to get out, but getting smacked by a break attack.
2 bars to 1. I would actually say that Grow is in the meter advantage in this situation, just because Grow soul charge is overwhelmingly better. I don't really know if 2 bursts equate to the same thing as a Grow soul charge can, but it obviously all comes down to stuff like this. Oh, that's not gonna do it.
I think he I was like, I don't know if he pressed the button. He could have got a way better punish on that, unfortunately.
I think he could have gotten like a straight up 3B. Okay, well, speaking of 3B.
That's gonna be it. Vincent taking it over Mindwolf. And now we are back to the slides. And back to looking at the bracket, we're going to see that all we have left now is going to be Ghost versus DJ Foolish and SouzouLion, and the remaining matches on the loser side. We have losers quarterfinals, losers semifinals, and losers finals left, and winners finals left. So not too many rounds left in this tournament. A lot of action still left ahead, because this is where the good players that I spoke of, the high caliber of skill left in SoulCalibur, really starts to shine once you get down to these last few players. Yeah, there it is. So we're going to be looking at, on the winner side, winners finals, we're looking at SouzouLion versus JAYFORCE. And then we've got the winner of Ghost and DJ and Foolish versus JeronGordon, and Inphadelity versus Vincent.
I don't think we've seen Foolish yet, have we?
I don't believe we've seen Foolish. Must have been sent to losers early, but clawing his way back. This is our top 8 when you think about it. This is all top 8 from here on out. So we saw one top 8 match. Unfortunately, we haven't seen the other yet. That would be Crayons versus Ghost versus Foolish. That would be our next top 8 match if we're going to see that, which I don't know what other match we'd put on unless we're going to do the winners finals first, but it seems better to fill out the losers top 8 before going into the winners finals. So hopefully we finally get to see what character for this top 8 that Foolish is on, making his way back after losing, it looks like in the first round, or I guess was late, so didn't actually play the first round, and then beat Dr. Psycho and Ice Dark Siege in respectively backwards in that order. So his first match and losers would have been Ice Dark Siege, and then DrPsychoTTV, who we saw was on Ivy and Zasalamel. So hopefully a character that is good at fighting mid-range characters, right? You'd think so. And that would mean that he'd have a pretty good time versus JeronGordon's both characters, Xianghua and X.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Xianghua and Mina.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what it could be. Tough for me to think. It would be cool if it was a character we haven't seen yet.
I would love to see more characters in the top 8 instead of another Grow. Yeah. Yes.
He's a Yoshimitsu main,
okay.
and he also has a pocket Siegfried.
Whoa. Okay, so we could see.
So we're definitely not going to see the character that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, we have seen both, you know, Yoshimitsu and Siegfried, but we haven't seen too much Siegfried.
It would be interesting to see Siegfried against 2B, as at least when I was playing 2B, I found that matchup to be insufferable. Having base hold deal with a large swath of the aggression shift.
Yeah, AGS.
Ideas. On top of that, 2B puts themselves at -16, kind of a lot, and there's no character in the roster better at punishing -16 than Siegfried. This is assuming you have the execution for it, but, you know, that's what the character's about, right?
Absolutely, right? That AGA is part of his kit. It's integral, and using it as a punish, even in online situations, if you can get that down, it makes his character feel significantly stronger than if you just don't use it and using things like 3A4 and 4A. Not the same. You really just want that AGA, because a lot of 2B's like better moves to use at longer ranges, guess what they are? They're -16, so you're gonna be able to get that AG as a punish, get a huge chunk of damage, and then swing in with something like, I believe, what does he use after from max range? He uses 6/6 A+B? I think that's the move.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I haven't played Siegfried since Basal track stepped in both directions during Season 1, Smile. I was like, yo, this is my favorite horizontal in the game. They're like, that move's not horizontal. I'm like, who said? You thought this was a vertical because it ended in B? It starts with A.
I remember when the character first came out and Chief Hold B would literally track to like 180 degrees if you held it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, see, that's even funnier.
That was so funny.
I don't remember that.
Looking at those pre-release event matches where the character just like literally turns around to watch you moving around and so that he can slam the sword on you.
He's like, isn't that crazy how you thought you were going to step this move that is labeled a vertical?
Oh,
waiting for the players to get ready, and while we're doing that, oh, go ahead.
You're good. You can take it away.
Waiting for those players to get ready, and while we're doing that, I've already shilled the match Reno, but I just want to continue to shill all the tournaments that continue to happen for SOULCALIBUR 6, whether it be the Xtreme Fighters Showdown, WNF, Evo BYOC, anything else, the slides that will be showing up here, Soul Still Burns 5. Just continue to watch, continue to push for, and continue to enjoy SOULCALIBUR in any way that you can, because this game's not dead. The community may be small, but we are still alive and kicking. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Versus fighting, that was the other one on the slide that I forgot about. But versus fighting and Beast in the East, Bite. Those were the other two.
We're all kind of waiting. The versus fighting is really the one that we're waiting to see the rematch between Silas and Incendiate. I legitimately have no idea what it's going to be like, because Incendiate, for one reason or another, decided to play Ivy against Raphael and really seemed very uncomfortable when they first played against each other in tournament for basically the whole set. And it kind of went back and forth. But it's important to note that Incendiate is also pretty well known for playing Xianghua, and Xianghua annihilates Raphael. So after the tournament, like the day after, he ends up playing Xianghua in a first to 10 against Silas, after Silas had already won the tournament, and just ran through him. When he played Xianghua, he was able to beat Silas pretty convincingly. But that's out of tournament, right? So who can say which way it was going to go the second time?
Oh, okay. Sozo not choosing to play the mirror here, instead of playing his main, sticking with the Yoshimitsu. Not a great stage for Yoshi. Because it's just a lot of space. Really. Yeah, it's a lot of space for you to run away. But if you ever get you to that wall, I mean, it is still a wall. The damage is still going to hurt.
Yeah, there we go. We got backing out there, and yeah, it looks like Sozu. I wonder if he's been like watching the streams, because I do feel like one way to deal with how JAYFORCE tends to like move around in the buttons that he tends to use is just to like wait them out and get a block punish. Oh, maybe you can get a block punish.
I think he could have done something a little longer, right? He could have done just AA, because he's not in crouch for that, is he?
No, he's not in crouch, but I'm not sure that AA would have been long enough.
Oh, okay. 3A is longer than AA. There we go. Using it again. Just rinsing him with that 3AB. Getting the knockdown here, which is really good. Yoshimitsu famous for having some of those really strong knockdowns. He could have just done 3A out of the air. He wasn't expecting him to air control inwards. If he air controls in like that, you can just 3BB him out of the air.
Bro with 2 bars now. You can start making a huge comeback, man.
Well, Broccoli getting beat up a little bit here, losing that 2 bars, going down to 1 point.
You can always kind of expect Souzou to be looking for some of those lethal hits at the very beginning of the last round.
Yeah, he'll run up to you with BBB just in case you think you're going to press a button. He doesn't care. And Souzou taking that first game convincingly, even on one of Yoshi's worst stages.
I don't know what the format is, but because I know that they have to go back out and then go back into for a new stage. But if I was in JAYFORCE's position, I wonder if I would just be asking if I can just keep the same stage.
Yeah, if the format is not random, like I would definitely want to fight Yoshimitsu on that stage for as long as possible. For as long as it gets me a win and Souzou doesn't swap. I guess we are just indeed going straight back to random. Not particularly getting a small stage here. Is this the bell place? I believe it's the bell tower place.
The newest stage.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But this is the one with the bells in the corners that you can bong. I think that's my favorite feature of this stage is bonging the bells.
Yeah, that gong stage in SC4 though, that was great.
Okay, that stage is better than this one, but I think older
There's a lot of
SoulCaliburs
stages in SC4 that are better.
They had a
one
lot
of
of
SC6's biggest things is that SC6's stages are very bland, unfortunately.
I think they did that on purpose, like probably just to like push the characters more than the stages, because some of the stages were a little wacky.
That's a very generous way of. Oh no, he's out.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, that was a bad mash from Souzou, boy. There's one thing he couldn't do in a spot like that.
You'd have expected Souzou to try to get off the wall and try to get a 9K of his own, but instead...
Well, you can just kind of like sit there and block. You just have to block it up. Because even if you get hit by Avenger A in that spot, it doesn't kind of matter because of the life disparity, right?
Exactly, yeah. And I think the last time we saw Souzou on the wall like that versus a player, he did just sit there and block.
Infidelity.
He wasn't so... Yeah, Infidelity. He wasn't so hasty on trying to steal his turn back. Oh, the Twitch duck.
Ooh, no punish on 2-2-B, huh?
Yeah, 2-2-B is -12. Definitely could have at least gotten a punish.
Actually.
-16. Whoa, that's... Oh, I'm gonna start 3-A-Bing that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna start 3-A-Bing that. Thanks.
Yeah, if you have the connection for it, because it's definitely one of those where like the block stun isn't as long as you would like. But now you'll know that like you don't have to beat Johnny on the spot even to get a -12 punish. Trying to do a lot of poking with jump Ks and AAs makes sense. Souzou has always been pretty good at that kind of like this very placid style until eventually this sort of thing starts happening.
Yeah, this is where he starts to shine. Once he gets in the soul charge, gets you in the rinse blender, he makes you feel like you no longer have a chance to play the game. And I think here you don't, because that 1BA.
Yeah, you can't even get up in soul charge. It's crazy.
That is such a good round closer. I love lows like that. I hope that we don't get more of those in the next SoulCalibur. I don't really want them. And there is that BBB that we talked about.
Again, yeah. JAYFORCE really needs to start figuring that out. It's 3 out of 5 in Winners Finals, I assume, so he still has time, and he can still have time to get hit by this yet again. He hasn't spent any bar yet.
Especially if he takes some Oki here, that leaves him, standing right. Going for that 1K. 1K is 0 on hit, right? So if he had landed that, he could have just like mashed BBB after if he didn't go into Soul Charge. So good stuff from JAYFORCE realizing he needs to spin meter and trying to make the most of it here before it runs out, but this is that patient game from Souzou where he'll just sit here and block and do nothing now because he's got that lead and doesn't really have to do anything that's going to one touch unless it's that 1AK.
Plus, Grow is kind of forced into a position where I've always found that Grow doesn't necessarily have the ability to just play 100% safe the whole time. There are certain characters that have the ability to do that, but Grow kind of has to take some level of bets that are normally in his favor. But if you're dead to literally any block punish, then you're kind of just sitting there with a big shrug. There's not really a whole lot you can do.
And Souzou plays Grow, so he already knows the matchup.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has a lot of things that feel evasive, but that evasiveness comes with unsafety, and Yoshi will eat that alive. There's a lot of good block punishment on the side of Yoshi that puts him in a position to get Oki and knockdowns, and that's really scary because once you're knocked down in front of Yoshi's face, he's probably the strongest character in the game.
We get in the exact same stage as before.
I think so. It's the gong. It's time to gong.
All right, JAYFORCE. Maybe let's spend that meter a little bit quicker. And we have to do things like, maybe like AA, BB, 3A, Yeah, he's testing out the moves that I'm talking about as I'm talking about them. That's kind of creepy, but I do think those are going to be some of the better moves to use in a spot like this because you're not going to get Souzou on some of these bigger long-range buttons. It's just going to be a lot tougher. He's going to pepper you with smaller moves that are faster, like AA, and he's going to punish some of the bigger stuff.
And he didn't punish that 3AB. That was so unfortunate. I know he was off axis, but still could have gotten a BB there, right?
BB,
Minus 16
yeah.
regardless. Even 6 BB if you wanted to take frames after. Oh man, Souzou taking that first round. There was a few punishes that just once again slipped through JAYFORCE's cracks, and Souzou making the most of it. Playing this patient game, this small game, doesn't care that he has such a minuscule life lead. Slowly turns it into the bigger and bigger life leads here. And there we go. Now, if he wants to, there he goes. He can just start backstepping away from the wall and play significantly more patient. Then, oh, I like that. The backwards 9K, just keeping him safe. And calling out tempo with that 1K delayed and not trying to use it immediately. Catches a sidestep button. I don't know if
we're in the
JAYFORCE
exact same position that we were in before.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just readjustment on the side of Souzou or no adjustment on the side of JAYFORCE. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, I feel like it's no the bell
freaking
tower.
bell. He got gonged.
He's trying for it. Wow.
Ooh, okay.
It's kind of a shame that he had to spend the meter there, but that's the way it goes.
I think he could have done 4-4 B plus K, and he would have got walled there, and then he could have killed him with another 3.
Maybe. The trajectory is a little bit weird in that spot. It might have been like if you were to get a wall bounce, it would be really far away.
Oh, true.
I've always found it very frustrating to try and rely on that kind of thing.
Yeah, I will say my saying is because you can't die with your meter, so you may as well live with it. You may as well use it, right? So spend the cash, get that ass. Like it's not worth dying over because you didn't know the calculations of the.
Plus, he doesn't have to worry about those 2-bar lethal hits, right?
Yeah, like there are pluses in this matchup to not having 2 bars. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. This is a bad situation. Ah, that's death right there. Immediately having to guess on that low, and Souzou is gonna take that 3-0 and the last one with a perfect.
Get through the winners final. It really didn't seem like JAYFORCE was fully prepared for a matchup like that.
For a matchup like that at that speed, right? Maybe some of the Yoshimitsus he's played here on PSN more frequently. It's like
by that
Yoshimitsus.
speed, yeah, at that speed, it's kind of funny because I actually think that he would be more used to faster Yoshimitsus, and Souzou doesn't play very fast at all. He just kind of like sat there and blocked for the majority of the set.
Yeah, I guess he didn't throw his life away. He wasn't on the Syndit mentality for most of the match.
You had to play that significantly more, shall we say, like truncated to a certain degree, where you have to go with like your pokes. And honestly, I think that doing that still allows for Grow to be successful. And it's not like Taki, where it feels just desperately terrible all the time. You still have the ability to keep the character out to a certain degree and use things like BB, AA, 3A, 1A to administer some sort of like a small caliber type game. Just swinging for the fences against Yoshimitsu is going to be really difficult because he's either going to be able to punish you accordingly, and or he's going to be able to just get in on you, and then your longer range doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it felt like the antithesis of how JAYFORCE wanted to play, which is not what you would expect to see versus Yoshimitsu, right? You think maybe he's gonna run in and press a lot of buttons, but he was, like you said at the very beginning of the set, standing around waiting for JAYFORCE to whiff those big normals that he likes to use, or using them on block and taking his block punishment. It kind of stopped JAYFORCE from using them as frequently, and I think that form of JAYFORCE felt a lot stronger than the one that was starting every round with 6A plus B, right? Like, is it just me?
Or 6A plus K, yeah.
By the way, you guys, just chiming in, we do have another tournament next weekend on PlayStation. It's for Dead or Alive 6. There's $100 pop bonus for that game, just like this one. And it's free to enter, so I'm gonna put the link down there to register for it. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's coming up next weekend. And then after that, we don't have any more online tournaments until after EVO, because we're gonna be, well, I will be hosting a Dead or Alive 6 tournament at EVO Vegas. Yay! I will be there. I'm so tired. It's been a lot of prep. They gave us a 38 days to try to pull everything together, which is kind of crazy for an offline. Because, you know, people have to make traveling arrangements and whatnot. But we do have people signed up, so I'm really excited for it. And if you didn't know, DOA was actually banned at EVO for quite some time. RIP fan service.
Yeah, core values.
Imagine. That game is just strictly fan service, to be honest. But now we're back and we get to be there.
Yeah, now we get to service the fans again. Let's go.
That's crazy. But yeah, actually our tournament is right like around the same time as Caliber. I think Caliber is on Saturday at noon and then DOA is on Saturday at 2. So I'll be in the Caliber
Sounds
bracket.
like we have to fight.
Yeah, I'll be in the Caliber bracket and then also be running the DOA tournament. So that'll be fun. Yeah. Are you guys going to EVO?
I will not be at EVO.
I've never been to EVO.
Really? Yeah, me neither.
I am going through an impending divorce, so I have to save my money for that.
Where?
Wahoo!
Oh, wait.
I've
that
heard
was
about
great.
EVO and storybooks and songs, but I've never actually gone.
That's the one tournament that I still haven't been to. I believe I've been to a combo breaker. I've been to a CEO. Have I been to what's like
tournament?
I've been to multiple Big E tournaments. I've went to
Name
KIT
two
when I was
of
younger.
them.
Wait, no, KIT isn't one of the Big E tournaments.
No.
Is it?
It's
Tennessee?
not.
Okay.
No.
Well, maybe I haven't been to a Big E tournament. Oh, the East Coast Throwdown. What the hell? Yes, I have.
East Coast
Yeah.
Showdown, is
East
that a
and
Big
the
E tournament?
East?
Is that a Big E tournament?
I don't
Tell
think
me.
so.
Oh, dang. I've been to all. Look at all these tournaments I'm naming that aren't Big E. I'm so sorry.
Big E tournaments would be like NEC,
Yeah.
Winter Brawl, Summer
I don't-
Jam,
I don't think I've been to any of those.
Fall
No.
Classic, April
Mhm.
Annihilation.
That's unfortunate. Was I missing out?
Big E might have a hand in East Coast Throwdown, but I
That's what
don't
I'm
believe it
thinking.
was one of his events. But anyway, I always bring him up because, as far as I'm concerned, he's the person who kept the SoulCalibur community entirely alive during SE5 downtimes. He was those were the only tournaments that were hosting SoulCalibur, and would even have us as a main game. NEC, when SoulCalibur 6 first came out, we were the main game. NEC had us as like the final lineup game, and it was the best tournament experience. Not competitively because I didn't do very well, but just in terms of my overall experience of like a viewer and getting to see all these people and the international competition I had been watching online for many years and everything, and just the fact that he has always given us a level of attention that no other tournament organizer ever has will always mean the world to me.
W tournament organizers. Can we just like give a round of applause to all the tournament organizers, whether they're offline or online? I know offline it's significantly more difficult, but dude, online tournaments got their own stressors and shit. Instead of waiting to see people in the venue and saying, "Yo, bro, are you in the venue? All right, get to your setup." You have to like Discord DM someone 500 times to double check that they really want it to be in the bracket, and like make sure they're in the lobby at the right time and that they don't hit rest. And that they ready up, you know, like it's a pain in the ass being a TO. So I just want to shout out all the TOs.
Yeah, today, I guess maybe because PlayStation hasn't gotten tournaments in a while, they're kind of like, what's a tournament? Who am I fighting? How do I report? And
How does
It's
this
kind
work?
it's kind of a surreal thing to me that I've been competing in offline tournaments for over 15 years. But it's also been quite some time since I've done so. And so I feel like if and when I decide to go back to competing, I'm going to have to just like readjust all those muscles that I haven't done in so long. Like actually going to a tournament and having to do button checks and having to make sure that all my buttons are right.
The
and
only
reporting
muscle
matches and
memory I
stuff.
need to remember for offline tournaments is where are we getting Korean barbecue after? Where are we going? That's it.
I've actually never had Korean barbecue. Am I missing out?
What?
Okay, the only reason...
Hey, Beanie.
You can say you too?
Wait, we can talk
Yeah,
about this.
yeah,
Well, why is it just me? Wait, what? You guys are missing
First
out.
of all,
Now-
Beanie, stop yelling. You're making everybody nervous.
Whoa, okay. Why
freaking
am I making you guys
everybody
nervous?
out.
I'm yelling. What is that about?
The only reason I haven't had it is because I have something that certain textures I just don't like. So I don't like sauce or condiments on things. I just like things.
Yeah, you're not gonna like Korean
dry.
barbecue.
I'm very similar.
So
I
it's like, don't
only
like
the
that.
reason why I've never had Korean barbecue is because I only like good food.
Oh, okay,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
fair. Okay, no kimchi. Yeah, I don't like kimchi. I don't mess with kimchi at all.
I don't like kimchi.
It's so good.
Kimchi, get out of here. That's what I call it. And everybody thinks I'm a funny, cool guy when I say
You
that.
tried. That was
Yeah.
as close as it was gonna get.
Sure, yeah. No, there's a lot of different cuisines that I've never had. I've never been very adventurous with my food. We've talked a little bit about the fact that I've been playing Mahjong more often than anything else. And there is a group in the city where they go to a different restaurant in between games literally every single time, and I'm gonna say 90% of the time, it's a kind of food that I've never had before. I've had Korean hot pot now. I've had Indian food. There's like a handful of other ones that I had never tried before. I never thought I was gonna try Indian food.
Yeah, I only
surprised that I
recently
haven't
had Indian food as well. Only recently had Indian food. I'd never really tried Mediterranean food until like last year. And I was like,
never
ooh,
had
that's pretty good. Yeah, Greek cuisine, never really messed with it too much until
Ah.
like last year. Yeah, I'm new on the food train too. You could give me Taco Bell for the rest of my life and I'd be set. Unfortunately, I don't think that's very healthy.
I'm the exact opposite. I haven't had Taco Bell in over 10 years, and I'm probably never gonna have it ever again.
Way, you have to go back for their nacho fries.
No.
I'm telling you. This
No,
is,
Nacho fries
you
hit.
have to.
I cannot describe to you. I literally can't. My body refuses.
That's fair.
It is simply too painful.
You're like, no, I won't eat this. My body will reject it.
I was going to Taco Bell like once a week for a little while, like some years ago, and every time I did, I spent I don't know somewhere between like 2:30 in the morning to 5:30 in the morning in the bathroom every time, and I was
It
like, I
wasn't
think
for
at
you
some
no
point
more.
I have to put 2 and 2 together and just decide that my body has decided, nope, we're not going to do this anymore. Just like we're not going to stall anymore. Instead, we're
Yeah,
going
it's
to watch
time
some
to get into the
SOULCALIBUR.
match. Let's go.
JeronGordon
JeronGordon
versus Infidelity. I'm not sure I've seen Infidelity play against Xianghua in a long time, though I know he's pretty well versed in the matchup. He's played against X quite a few times, but that was years ago. Ooh, catches.
the big punish here. It's huge.
Oh, we're going for some
he's
setups,
mixed.
okay.
Nice, I like it.
God, I forgot. JeronGordon goes for like, Yomi level like 8,000 right off the bat. Like he doesn't do like the basic stuff off the bat.
Like he's not like, oh yeah, man, we gotta think outside the box. He's like, no, we tear the box apart, grab duct tape, and put it back together as a wall. And he's
as
like,
a
what happened?
sculpture of a goose.
You're like, wait, what? It was just a cardboard box. He's like,
It's
not
honestly
anymore.
totally fine. It's like, well, no, it's not. I like the. I appreciate how much Infidelity is using kicks to try and get away from some of these auto GI attempts.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but it's also not doing enough damage to feasibly beat the amount of damage that they're losing in neutral here to Infidelity.
Oh man, he caught it again. All right. Yeah, he goes for the same
Oh, this
setup.
time rolling, nice. Oh, and using a jump attack to try to beat a potential low there, but going in for the jump kick, the flying kick from Infidelity. Really good stuff.
Oh
like
man, the
Yomi
4-4
level
hold
4.
there. Okay, we're going with Soul Attack. Boy, JeronGordon does not really use Xianghua CE. What an interesting choice.
Are we a CE? Like, is he like actively just a CE hater? He's like, no, I don't need CE. I'm better than that.
That's
like,
being a bit too much hipster. I mean, like, come on. We
Well,
are talking about the
I haven't
best CE
seen him use
in the
it.
whole game. No, I mean to say that if that is true, then that is like Omega hipster.
oh no!
Like, you know
That
what
was
you could have done instead of that? You could have blocked that move in the CE punishment.
CE, yeah, pretty good.
Might have been pretty good. I don't know. Are we going with the Mina?
Yeah, Mina says my favorite 4 words in the game.
Retold.
Do you know them off the top of your head? It's
I
one combo.
love you and cheese.
Nope. It's 4 words. It's right off the
That
top
was
of her main combo off 2-2B. Fly, fall, you're mine. It's my favorite voice line in the entire game. He has so many pockets. He's got deep pockets. He's also on the Cassandra, which I do
man.
think the Greeks are very good versus Maxi. So let's see how this goes.
He has to win. Cassie is my main. Get this Maxi out of
Cassie
here.
is Cassie was my 4th S rank. I love this character. She's so fun.
I think my 7th?
I call her the Greek pain train. Wanna guess why?
You're a big fan of Ghost Trains?
No, she hits really hard, and I really like 6K hold for some reason. Like 6K hold was just eating people alive during my S rank run. I don't know why. It's not a very good move.
I played
people just kept
Cassandra
getting
to S rank back when she was a lot better, when Wall Rising B tracked a lot more and AA was +2.
I
So
missed that
now when I
so
play
badly.
Cassandra, I'm a little bit lost.
You're like, how do I take frames now? Like, what do
Yeah,
I
I
do?
just did the Tamanegi where I did Wall Rising B on block into Wall Rising B and it worked.
Oh, the BK? See,
Ooh,
this is why I
catching the
like the
slight
Greeks
duck.
versus him. I love it because they just get to play that small safe game where most of their buttons are still either plus or neutral, and it makes it hard for Maxi to try to steal turns back into auto GIs, right? Because now once you use that auto GI, you 6B him, you 3K him, you 1K, right? 1K with a character like this is gonna get you that knockdown, and you're gonna be able to run offense off it, run their fade, as the kids will say. Whoa,
What
he
is this
just made, that was a
combo?
custom combo. He made that shit up.
None of that made any sense, but it just definitely did a whole lot of damage. I
He
do
was
appreciate
playing
the pressure that he's
Marvel.
going with. Yeah,
And the mid, I like that. Going for the 236 KB, nice. Or
catching the
236
rolls well. Infidelity is taking some pretty big bets here. It seems to be ducking in a lot of spots, assuming a grab or I guess a 1A is coming, and he's really eating a lot of damage from these mono mid Cassandra right now.
Yeah, this is like a mid train, and there's like no lows really coming out. I don't know what
Man, you are
conditioning.
all about trains today.
Choo choo. I don't know where the
Locomotion over
there
here. Oh,
it
it's ring
is.
out.
I don't think
Nope,
so.
no, it's not.
Actually.
Yes, it
There.
is.
Wait, that was a full combo?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, off of the low grab, you can do AA, yeah.
Okay, got it. I was so confused for a second.
That is a straight up combo. There was nothing he could do. Okay. Man, every single game we've seen with JeronGordon, he goes with Changhua, it flops like a dead fish, and then he goes to a different character and it works out.
Hey, maybe he also got Changhua to, S rank when they were a worse character, I mean, a better character. I think this is her best patch, though, so I don't know how that would be possible.
Is it? Yeah, maybe.
It's probably her best
I don't
patch.
know.
It'd be this one or like 2 or 3 patches ago. Like it'd be like recent.
Definitely
Like
not season 1, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
not season 1. So like
The character loses like 7-3 to like 3 different characters. Man, we're getting the stage a lot on this tournament, huh?
yeah, for some reason they really want to ring the gong. That's what it's all about.
Okay, Infidelity has changed it up a little bit and going with a little bit more stance-heavy pressure. As long as he doesn't get hit by a lot of mids, he should be fine.
I like the stance heavy pressure because Jeron hasn't showed that he knows how to deal with the stances. He's just been kind of running it down and being aggressive, and gotten his offense started first. Like it feels like Gordon is kind of playing this like a ranked set, where like you just start, and then if you start better than your opponent, sometimes you just kill them.
Yeah. I do appreciate the fact that JeronGordon is trying to go for like long range, like 6K and 6K hold setups. I do like that as a potential whip punish for a character that's typically more long range than you. Plus, it has a tech crouch.
He could have killed
Doesn't
this
seem to be
either.
enough.
Instead of going
He
for
had
C,
to get
something
out of
small.
stance. Can he go for a C?
Oh, you're right. Maybe in that instance, you're not allowed to see. I forgot about that. Oh, the 1B.
One of my favorite lows in the whole game. Okay. Infidelity really seems to have like slowed this down a lot, and it seems to be having a lot of efficacy. Up to Jeron to try and figure out exactly what to do here, but he only has a short amount of time to do it. His soul charge is going.
And it's
That's
gone.
not dead yet, but he's close. Oh, that's it.
He alright with the
like
last
that
little bit
he
of a
just
soul
got
charge
the
and
7
killed.
stars too.
Alright with
Just
the
immediately
last
got
little
7
bit.
stars here.
Think he's gonna swap over to the Mia? Oh, that's it.
Well, that's
actually,
it.
right? Because that is not
Maybe he
Losers
will
Finals.
for the next tournament or something, but
Yeah, that
definitely
is
not
not
now.
Losers Finals, unfortunately. Losers Finals is gonna be JAYFORCE versus Infidelity. So Grow versus.
And they haven't played yet?
Not today. No, it was Infidelity versus Sozo and Jeron versus JAYFORCE earlier. JAYFORCE won earlier, and JAYFORCE won again.
Right.
Oh, wait, actually, that wasn't JAYFORCE.
So
that was
Sozu actually
Infidelity.
put both of these people in losers, so it makes sense that he's the one in grands. So it's up
I
to.
wonder
So
if there'll
both of
be
these
any
people are
difference.
looking for their rematch against Sozu.
Yeah, there is our top 8 bracket. So we had SouzouLion clearing his way all the way to the grand finals, winner side. And then we had Ghost and Vincent getting knocked out in the first round of top 8. I'm sorry, Foolish and Mindwolf. Ghost and Vincent losing the second round of top 8 losers. Infidelity taking it over Jeron right now. And now for the losers finals, we'll be having JAYFORCE versus Infidelity. I do think all the matches we saw were really good. And, you know, even though there was some blow-ups back and forth, when you think of the overall scope of this top 8, it was still good, right? We didn't see too many really bad matchups when it came to characters, mostly just people capitalizing on weaknesses of the player, which I really like. I don't like to see like bad matchups being the determining factor for a loss. I like to see players outskilling each other or using a lack of knowledge to beat their opponent.
Lack of knowledge to beat their opponent was definitely something that Infidelity, I'm sure, is very comfortable with and very used to.
You have to as Maxi, right? Like that's his main skill. That's his like main draw. Is like people don't know how to fight this character. Like if someone knows how to fight this character, I am screwed.
One like really good fundamental strength that he has, you see Coffee do it every once in a while, which is just 3k on hit or on block into just walk around for a little while and just CE punish. That's like the only thing that's like, oh, this is legitimately very strong and there's not much we can do about it. Okay. Grow versus Maxi. We'll see if Infidelity decides to take a similar approach to what Souzou did to beat JAYFORCE, or if he's going to have his own way of dealing with it. I do think Grow still does. I mean, I honestly don't know if there's any character in the game that Maxi beats, to be completely honest.
You know
like, who would it be? Astaroth, maybe? I don't know.
I'm thinking like Asta, maybe Keelik? No, not Keelik. You're right. Yeah, probably maybe just Asta, but like even that's a struggle. I think Asta's good long-reaching buttons to keep him out.
Well, with Astaroth, it's always so tough to say, right? Because regardless of what the matchup is like for Astaroth, if he's right 3 times, then the round is over. So it's like, it kind of doesn't matter. Oh, jeez.
Oh, calling out the duck. Nice.
Once again, Infidelity, too many ducks. This is how he almost lost to JeronGordon. There's too many. He's quacking. This guy needs to be in the pond or something.
Unlucky ducky, as it were.
Yeah, right?
Ooh, that's plus! Okay. I wouldn't press there if I were you.
I don't know so much about spending the bar there because now you don't have a soul charge, but I guess it doesn't matter.
I think
Infidelity needs to slow this down, but you're not going to be able to slow it down against somebody who knows how to step statement.
I think you just do a normal combo.
The second one, I guess, kind of makes sense because now you have perfect Oki for like a poke winning. But yeah, JAYFORCE is definitely about stepping, and honestly, makes sense. As you can see, Maxi needs to make hard reads to stop somebody from step ducking against his stances, and it's typically not with particularly strong options. Infidelity has not gotten used to that yet, and he needs to get used to it now.
And JAYFORCE hasn't even been step ducking. He's mostly been just doing raw step walks.
Yeah, stepping so that he can get like the biggest punish possible.
Right, not even going into the crouch. Just once the step is like, if you did a vertical, you die. If you did a high, I guess I'll just block it. Like no problem.
Ooh, lightning slash. Jesus Christ, that damage. Okay, JAYFORCE definitely seems. Oh no!
What was he trying to do there? 6-6 AA? Would have run out. I think it was 6-6 AA.
But that only combos on counter hit.
Oh, you're right.
Like if you're gonna ring out, well, that was the.
Oh,
speaking of ring outs, that was a really bad movement option by JAYFORCE.
Yeah, he should have stepped maybe
away. He went out of his way to go to the ring edge. I don't know so much, but hey, he has 2 to 1 bar.
To be fair,
he has 2 bars to 1, so that's a big deal.
Here's a little
tell. I think you should spend it immediately.
JAYFORCE has been mostly stepping up. I don't know if he's comfortable stepping down.
Oh, maybe.
He's mostly been stepping up. I just noticed right now.
That's kind of a problem. Oh,
so
man, that's
if you're
so
only
much
stepping up,
damage.
it's easy for your opponent to catch that and realign with you. You've got to vary those steps, even if you're using it as like a defensive option versus a character who's, oh, son of a gun.
Did you see that damage, though?
Yes.
On the combo that JAYFORCE did? That was crazy. Oh my god, he could have killed again. JAYFORCE not getting the full amount of damage on his optimal punishes.
Yeah, anything here is death. Oh, no punish either.
No.
And the second 6.
He did that in the second round as well. Boy, that's a shame. I really feel like JAYFORCE had that game and just did not get the full amount of damage that he needed to in some of those spots. When he got that GI, when single A, I really feel like if you're gonna go for something like that, you need to go for 3B. Because if he doesn't read GI, then you win, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you just get the free kill at the ring edge, and you don't have to worry about the next ensuing round that, you know, slowly starts to get rid of some of the steamrolling offense you had. Oh, look at that steamroll! Another train joke. Choo choo.
Yeah, you're really on it.
Yeah, we're staying on the rails for this one. Oh, that caught step. I guess it was a realign because he pressed a button there, though. Yep, there we go. Using one of those buttons that he's been using, trying to fight his way in with these really big buttons. But now everyone's starting to punish them instead of just letting him do them with impunity.
Yeah, I guess we finally got far enough in the bracket. Boy, that caught. That's crazy. Infidelity, getting that down. This is loser's final, so it's 3 out of 5 again. JAYFORCE still has another game if he needs it.
Well, Infidelity is fine with playing that backstepping game. Just running away. He's like, I have a huge life lead. Why am I interacting with you? I don't need to. Oh, and should have continued to not interact. Oh my goodness, googly moogly. That is so much damage and getting hit by the no longer lag low with the mid extension.
I'm surprised he ends up going for Adventure BK at the end of that combo. Typically, it's just Adventure BB. I feel like that's better Oki, but maybe JAYFORCE knows something about it more than I do. Wow, everybody is getting hit by this, and it's so crazy. It's like, it's the thing that Grow wants. And everybody is just mashing into Adventure BK. That's crazy.
Yeah, don't give it to him. Of all things to give to this character.
Yeah. Like, what are you worried about in that situation? I don't get it. 2 bars from Infidelity.
Oh, going for the sidestep, and that is going to beat the auto GI. That was sick.
Yeah.
Right, just delaying the timing so the auto GI wouldn't be effective anymore. Oh my gosh, please stop trying to go with 6A+B. You're really getting beat up for it.
I mean, he's got 2 rounds up, so if I'm JAYFORCE, I'm actually kind of okay with him spending a bar in that scenario. Challenging.
Backstepping. It's strange to see
Dead to
Infidelity.
CE now. Dead to CE now.
Oh, that's why.
There it is.
I was wondering why Infidelity was backstepping. JAYFORCE was also dead to CE, right? So if he just does a small hit and backs away, Maxi can just let that CE rip, and that would have killed as well, especially with the combo extension, because it's more damage.
I think that's the thing, though. If JAYFORCE is aware of that, I think he's still honestly kind of fine with it, because that would mean that Infidelity spent
2 bars in
both
1 round.
of his bars for like a single round. So okay, we're at 1-1 now. This is turned into a slobber knocker.
A slobber knocker.
You never heard that
That was
before?
crazy.
No, I've heard it. I don't hear it frequently, so it was a nice fresh change of pace instead of like a can of whoop ass or someone's gonna open up like a can
sorry,
of
I'm not
Pringles.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, so I don't say that.
I'm Texan. Everyone around here thinks they're Stone Cold Steve Austin. They slam beer cans on their head.
Yeah, I'll tell you something, brother. No, that's Hulk Hogan.
That's Hulk Hogan. Yeah, wrong one.
Wait, being
He wears shirts.
Texan?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
Yeehaw.
Texan. Imagine.
Nice.
Wait, what part?
South Texas.
Okay, that's cool.
The only Caliber or
isn't that
DOA player
Mexico?
down here. I'm like an hour and a half away from Mexico. Yes, 100%. I'm the only Caliber. It's like I'm the only 3D player down here that's not Tekken.
So wait, you guys are both from Texas?
Yes.
I've heard of Texas.
You're really far. Like I understand why you've never seen it. You know, it's a big state. Maybe you can't see it from yours.
Maybe you've also seen it. You don't know.
But you're East Coast, right, Jay?
Right, I've been to other places.
Imagine.
Yeah, leaving
Well,
your state. Our state's huge,
howdy.
man. It's hard to get out of here, dude.
PA is pretty big.
The step again. Hey, stepping down that time. Let's go Infidelity. We're doing stepping in the opposite direction.
Well, no, it was JAYFORCE that was the one that was always stepping in one direction.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
Yeah, but I appreciate the optimism. All right.
Okay,
we've
so
seen
let's hope
JAYFORCE
JAYFORCE steps down now.
before. Okay, that's it. No, it's not.
No, yeah,
Oh,
that's
no,
gonna
it
wall
is.
but not kill.
I didn't
doesn't-
realize.
oh.
I didn't realize that he was gonna get the wall bounce there. If he gets the wall bounce, yeah, then it's over. Well, okay. That
And
was
now we're on set
one of the
point for Infidelity.
fastest- That's one of the fastest sets that we've had in the past like hour and a half.
I will say, I just realized that Infidelity didn't play SouzouLion for winners finals. He played him for winners semis, right? Both of these players both knocked into losers by Souzou, but one a little earlier. He could have had more time to adjust his game plan and think about how he lost, even though it was only 2 games versus 3. I guess they were both 3 games, but it was 2 losses, right? Because JAYFORCE lost 3-0, Infidelity lost 1-2. There might be a world where we see a bracket reset from Infidelity because of how much more time he's had to think and readjust.
I've always talked about how when both players are good, one of them wins winners finals, and then the other one like
Resets
comes
the
back.
bracket.
They will often reset the bracket just because the ball is in their court to adapt, and
that's a high.
somebody like Souzou in his potential hypothetical position doesn't need to worry about changing anything. It's up to these guys to change something.
Yeah, for that first set, it's like, why am I adjusting to anything? I can see what you're putting on the table. Like, you know how they say, oh, well, what do you bring to the table in a relationship, right? Like, what do you bring to the table in this matchup? What do you bring to the table?
Yeah, nobody's ever asked me that question, so I don't have to worry about that.
Oh, okay. Me neither, but it was like a saying, you know. I don't.
No, I mean, like, I'm a lone wolf, man.
I was married for, like, you know, 7 years, so like I have never heard that question either. So, but I know the saying exists. He just tried to GI that and he accidentally walked into it. That's unfortunate.
Whoops.
Yeah, walking into a 4-4-B, ouchies.
Give JAYFORCE an inch, and this guy takes a farthing. He just goes for the absolute biggest hits.
This is how he's staying alive, right? Like, I don't think he's living and dying by his giant offense. And I don't particularly think it's a good thing, but like he's also living by the giant offense, right? Dying by it, but living by it. He's like, I will not die on another man's sword. If I'm gonna die on a sword, it'll be my own. I will be my own undoing.
Alright, he's eaten a lot of hits and now he's in Soul Charge.
That's unfortunate. You know, that is, I guess, one thing I would also add. An actual whiff punishment to Soul Charge.
But this is another thing that really helped out Inphadelity. 6A plus B on block into 6A plus B. Very quintessential maxi.
Not dealing with it at all, right? Like, you could use a 2A, you don't have to go for AA to check.
He always used, like, 6AA, which is a high. That's one of the biggest things that you can do against Grow, is find those opportunities where it's clear that Grow wants to try and corral your movement, because if he is, he's going to go for 6AA, and that's a high. So you can find a weakness in that situation. Frankly, if you do 6A plus B on block and you think that the maxi player is going to press again, you could just do, like, you know, 3B. If you want to go with something that's a little bit less committal, Grow's BB is like the second best BB in the whole game. But that's, you know, we're talking about small Grow. It's clear that JAYFORCE wants to be big Grow.
Yeah, you even have like things along the lines of 3K and 2A, right? Which are like generic caliber buttons. And I think
it's kind of tough to keep up with the damage if that's the amount of damage you're going to get on a read like that.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So I can kind of see that.
6A plus B is pretty good. A gets you a knockdown too?
Well, 6BB, yeah. Man. 6A plus B from Maxi used to be so much better in 5. I'm so glad that it's nowhere near as strong as it was back then.
Yay.
That was so
And now here we are, down to the grand finals. Unfortunately, there's one thing wrong with this grand finals. It's happening, and there's still 27 Matcherino codes left.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
That is the problem that I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, so you guys, this is our last match of the night. After this, the tournament will be over. So if you haven't redeemed a code, !Matcherino in the chat, go ahead and do that. I'm checking to see who has done it and who hasn't. So if you don't see or hear your name, you will be belted momentarily. So thank you to Eli and Leapfrog's many accounts. Thank you, Dr. Psycho, for redeeming a code. Thank you, Schneider. Thank you, Bad Bad Kitty. Thank you, JJJ, Beanie, Gigi, Sozo, Shinobi-X, Inphadelity, and Lester. Oh, Stills, imagine. And thank you, Stills, for redeeming your code. If you didn't see or hear your name, belt. Where is it?
This is for you. That's for you.
That's for
not
you.
in a good way.
This only takes a total of 20 seconds tops. Click the link.
And it's a lot of clicks, and I know you guys love clicking buttons. Come on now.
Yes, it will let you log in to any account. Supercell, I don't even know what that is. Imagine. Facebook, Google, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Battle.net, Microsoft, Line. There's still no MySpace, which is very tragic.
What the hell is Line?
I've never heard of that. About MySpace. I forgot that existed. That was a deep cut. I forgot about that.
There's no Club Penguin. Sorry to burst your bubble. So
wait, there's no way to donate to the Match Arena with my CompuServe email address.
Unfortunately,
I'm trying to log in with RuneScape, man.
Very disappointed. See, I can't redeem it. Once you see
Habbo
it's
Hotel.
grayed out, imagine. And once it's grayed out, that means you did it. If it's not grayed out, it means you didn't do it. Can someone type !Matcherino? Is it already up there? I don't know. Let's see. First one to do it gets unbelted.
Unbelted. That's pretty good. I think that's worth it, guys.
It's
Is
worth
that just
it.
you place the belt on somebody and then you whip it over to your hand?
Imagine. That would be crazy.
It's the opposite of knighting someone. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Crazy. But yeah, thank you guys for going ahead and doing the codes. That is amazing. This stuff, Xavier, thank you for doing that. You're now officially unbelted. Beanie, again, you're double unbelted. That means the next tournament, no belt for you.
Wow.
But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for helping us keep Caliber alive. This game, man, we don't get any updates from the devs. We don't have, like, you know, an inkling for another game, but there are still people who love this game, specifically people on PlayStation who never, ever, ever get tournaments unless our small communities come together. If you don't know, there are a lot of Caliber communities that are still trying to keep this game alive in the Soul Calibur Central Discord. I think all 3 of us are in there. I think so, but if you're looking for like more info on those tournaments, they do post in the tournament announcements channel. Like this one, Dr. Psycho's Insane Asylum is coming up, and I think that's happening like next weekend. I don't know, but there's so many. This You Mad from it's a Canadian offline. I don't know. There's a lot of upcoming tournaments happening like ours. Next weekend, we do have a DOA 6 PlayStation tournament. That will be the last tournament XFS has before we go off to EVO Vegas, where we'll be doing DOA offline at EVO. So I don't know if anyone is going to be at EVO, but if you are, we're going to be Caliber's first at noon, and then DOA is at 2 p.m. So if you're looking for a cool offline scene, EVO is a great place. Beast in the East is. Whatever happened to Defend the North? Is that still happening? Did it already happen?
I haven't seen a Defend the North for this year.
Somebody said they were.
There was a
running
Defend the North thing a few weeks ago, right? Like 1 or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
There was at the very least some sort of an event in New York for old school games, like your CVS2s and stuff like that.
Yuck, boomer games. My bad.
CVS2 is cool.
Look, there's our BYOC flyer. Yay! So yeah, so much stuff is going on, but I really do appreciate the 39 of you that are still in the stream, supporting Caliber, supporting XFS. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in. And also, a shout out to our commentators, JJJ and Beanie. Y'all are amazing. What do y'all think about these PSN matches?
There is a lot more growth than I was expecting. I feel like I've been bombarded with grow knowledge that I'll never unlearn now. Thank you, PSN players.
Yay! Yeah, thank you, by the way, Isaiah Genesis and for Slide Tiger for the raids. I see you guys. I am currently belting the competitors behind the scenes, so if I didn't get to you until now, I'm so sorry. They needed to be reprimanded. But yeah, oh yay, competitors are ready. We're heading into our last match of the night with Sozo and Inphadelity. I think they're ready.
Maxi versus Yoshimitsu once again. This was our winner's semi-finals, and now it will be finals. There is a world where Infidelity does turn this around and make some sort of at least a bracket reset, but Sozo was on fire during their match. Definitely found a stride to dismantling Maxi offense and made sure that he continued to play that way.
Just playing a very slow, kind of lame, particularly defensive style, which I think is exactly what you want to do against Maxi. Maxi's mix-ups and frames can't necessarily support being, wow, he just immediately goes for the Maxi punch, huh?
Yeah,
very few moves in the entire game that are more punishable than that.
Yeah, he just sent it, and Sozo got his punish as well. Really good punish and knockdown off that 4K.
He could have potentially gotten 668 plus V as a punish.
Oh, nice, just back. Oh, trying to backstep away there. I like the timing on that to actually catch the vanish coming in.
Yeah. Yoshi
Oh,
still
let's see if
doesn't
he's
have
pressing
any. Okay,
anything.
now he has a bit of meter.
Yeah, enough for just the potential of a wall standing A. Yeah, he was looking for a wall rising A plus B there, hopefully, to get some amount of offense and maybe build another bar to close out that last final mix-up. But instead, Infidelity is the one to take it in that first round.
Is that ring out?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, he goes for the reset.
It is when you go for the
ring
cheeky
out.
reset. Nice.
You gotta be mashing in those situations. Maxi stance resets on hit kind of suck. And I would argue that everybody should automatically be mashing anytime a Maxi is comboing you.
It's like, what's the worst that happens? You get hit, you're already in a combo anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of... I have not seen somebody punish me to such a degree that I thought that, that was a bad idea.
Oh, no. Okay, yep, getting hit by that as well. But not too bad, not stuck near the corner yet. Just taking a bit of damage here and still has 2 bars to work with if Sozo wants to. I think that Infidelity is going to have to fight his way off of this corner. Yeah, slowly moving back towards center stage.
Oh, what a chase down. Sozu not necessarily comfortable with the kind of space that Infidelity is creating.
Yeah, Infidelity was playing really good mid-range buttons. They were all being blocked, but they were really good mid-range buttons to use versus Yoshi because it felt like they could be used with impunity from there. Like, what's Yoshi going to do other than get some guard damage on you? From there, probably nothing.
It's important to note, we talk a lot about a variety of different ramp mechanics in this game, but there is no better ramp mechanic than Yoshi getting meter. Oh boy.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's it. I don't even think that was close to the end of the combo.
That is a good first game for Infidelity. You know, I think taking the first game of the first bracket in Grand Finals is really good. It sets the pace when you're the one who's on loser side.
Yeah.
And this is seed 1 versus seed 5. I don't think
he also
that
kind of needs to get warmed up. Sozu hasn't been playing for a little while, so it's gonna take a little bit of time. He didn't get to use his meter like literally at all, so like not mashing in that stance transition that gave Infidelity the second round ring out was kind of a telling sign that Sozu was playing a little bit too close to the chest at the moment.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see more aggressiveness in defensive situations for Sozo, right? Because in those spots where there's auto GIs, right after you mash, you can take your turn back and get knockdowns, and those are the things that Yoshimitsu excels at, is getting these knockdown pressures. Okay, yeah. Oh my goodness, that's good damage here, and he's got meter advantage, right? Already almost about to build a bar of meter, even in this first round. Look at that, he's still comboing, still pressuring, and could possibly close this out with a 1B. Doesn't even need it. Sozo going for the baseball slide, and Infidelity ready for it, even on the PSN netcode.
Yeah, Sozu a little bit desperate in that kind of situation, and Sozu is kind of acting the way he typically does when he has to play against Ivy, where it just seems like he's doing like a lot of walking and blocking, assuming he can actually block. And it just does not seem to be working out for him. He gets the exact same mix-up that got him the ring out in the second round. There we go. Sozu finally starting to play. He's got the wall, too, so this could all change up for him.
I think he might just spin the soul charge to me. Oh, yeah, he is trying to keep him on the wall here. Unfortunately, Infidelity walked away from the wall even during the startup of the soul charge. I do think that was really smart, though, to immediately spin it to try to get some pressure here. Good block.
There we go. I think that's not going to do it just yet, but it's going to be awfully close. Well, it could have been close had that actually worked.
He tried double to punish.
You know,
only
when
one versus JAYFORCE
activated Soul Charge right at the onset of that, when Infidelity was at the wall, I think there was a little mini game that we did that didn't actually get borne out in the match. But Sozu typically, when he activates Soul Charge, will immediately run up an AA Brave Edge, and I think the only reason why he did is because he knows Infidelity has 6A plus B. And it was something that we didn't actually get to see, but yeah, he just has like one of the best like just regular tech crouches there. But no punish on the -16. And so
it is weird to see him not use it, right? Using that 3A plus that 3AB would have been perfect as a way to get a knockdown and maybe try to get something started to build more meter here, even if you didn't win the round. But now you're sitting at 1.5 bars instead of sitting at 2. 1.5 bars is not nearly as good. 2 full bars means you could probably pop a soul charge here and then still build another bar at the end of that soul charge to have 2 for the potential final round. But now, having to use that soul charge, you know, midway through the round here.
Sozu is not being particularly active against these stances. He doesn't really seem anywhere near as comfortable as he was before.
He's kind of just blocking a lot. He's not being nearly as like, and I don't want to say that he was mashy, but right there he goes, like finally pressing. That would have been a spot last game where you would have checked multiple times by now.
Oh no, can't press there.
I don't think he's gonna get up.
No, yeah,
Let's get
well,
the
sniper
punish.
rifle C. That thing goes the whole screen.
I like to call it a buckshot because the amount of damage you take after is more than the amount of damage you immediately take.
But
Like,
wouldn't a buckshot
sniper,
mean
you
that
take
it
the one
has
shot.
like relatively shorter range?
Welcome to the stage of history.
Have you shot a good buckshot? Like, you can shoot a duck out of the air.
No, again, you guys are the ones from Texas. I don't really do a lot
Oh,
of gun
yeah,
stuff.
true. Okay, fair enough. Like, it's not a marksman rifle, okay? It's like a spread shot DMR.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just think that it's important to note Maxi CE as a long range kind of thing.
Yeah, it's basically an Ivy button. There we go.
All right, pretty quick 2-0 for Infidelity. Souzou needs to get warmed up and fast because a lot of the statue blocking against Maxi stances have not really been helping out. Okay, there we go.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
actually getting a
nice.
decent amount of damage. This is the first time we've seen Souzou actually get some sort of momentum while he doesn't have meter. And Infidelity is mashing his face off right now.
It's working for him, too.
Yeah,
It's not even
Souzou has
touching time
not
most
been
of the
able to
time.
come up with an opportunity to keep this exact situation from happening.
Oh, the
Oh,
backstep, trying to press
lucky,
a
so
button here instead of
lucky.
ducking under it. All he had to do there, once he saw that whiff, was duck under it or continue to backstep. He probably would have been able to get away, but that said counter, not run counter. He tried to press. Take that. Yeah, that's your -12. More hit, and it's
low.
1K statue blocking and getting hit. Infidelity is currently up 2-0 in the... Look, man. I'm not trying to call it or anything, but this could be a reset. This is scary for Souzou.
Yeah, Souzou is slowly but surely is getting a little bit better, but he's still losing the rounds. He's still not getting used to how Infidelity is dealing with his pressure up close. And we're still dealing with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah,
This is
he's
the
like
thing
letting
that's
him press a
getting-
lot of stances.
Like,
that
look at all
generally
this.
you could probably just AA or 2A. Like most
at all
of these
these
aren't
resets and everything.
particularly safe. AA, 2A, you could even 9K
Stupid.
some of these just to get out of the way of a potential pop up or lethal hit.
Infidelity's counterplay on 3AA as well. It seems to really be bothering Souzou. Can he do anything with this, or is he just going to get like 4-4 beat or something?
I think
Yeah.
he just gets 5 beat too. That's even worse. He just backstepped and did it in a neutral 5 beat. That was really good actually. Good spacing, just getting away from the soul charge, making it completely.
That's the thing that
invalidated.
Maxi has over Yoshi, right? Like, well, what else is he going to have other than mid-range space kind of stuff? He doesn't have the damage or the mix-ups or... Well, I guess he kind of has the mix-ups in this set right
Yeah,
now.
he has the mix-ups when your opponent is letting you swing into him.
Look at
with all of
this,
these auto
dude.
jazz and doing nothing about it. Feels bad.
He's not step ducking, he's not mashing, he's just trying to statue block. I just don't think that that's going to work out.
Maybe
Like, unless
he's,
he starts
waiting.
becoming like 100% right the whole time.
Maybe he's waiting to see what transition he likes to go into for
Alright,
this
that's
first
it.
set.
Ugh.
So, oh no. So
Oh my
maybe
God,
he
that
use
could have been
information in
it.
the second set. Yeah, he
That
could have just done 3B. 3B would have just killed.
Yeah. Is that going to be like a turnaround? Okay. Alright, that'll do
Yeah,
it.
that's gonna
Boy,
do it.
what a spaghetti ending of that round. That was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how he ended up behind him there. That was a little freaky on the maxi combo. I'm confused.
This has to do with the aerial kick, and that's the thing about SE6 that always blows my mind, is the fact that like a guy like me who has been playing this game for so long can still get surprised by how certain hitboxes interact and everything.
You're like, how'd that work, man? And you're like, wait,
Yeah.
uh-oh. Oh, he whiffed it.
Oh,
and
yeah?
he was in
Okay.
the stance. And it was
I did not know that you could do an RI there. That's hilarious.
I
Oh,
thought
run
he
counter.
was forced into a regular GI from the parry. I didn't know you could specifically
Yeah.
spin meter to RI. Well, I just learned something new. How long have we been playing this game, Jay?
All right. In an instantaneous reset, Souzou got a little bit more momentum, emphasis on a little bit at the very
That momentum was, like,
in the
quickly
last
taken
round, but that's
by
about
that.
it.
By that auto RI. That was that was a little scary. I would have also thought that that was a free CE and got jump scared.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Are we gonna see a swap of character? You think he's just gonna run it and try to play through the options better, right? Because now this is the real set. You're both in losers. You don't have time to play around and figure out where you can press versus run it. Now you just have to get in and go. Right? You're in the car. It is time to floor it and go 60. You're not allowed to go speed limit anymore. Okay, this is a neutral, very fine and neutral first stage for the new set. Nice. Good
One of
punish
Sozu's
before
first
KB.
ducks that actually netted him some level of value. Okay, here we go.
That's good.
Sozu immediately starting to get into things.
Sitting there blocking it.
On the Grand Finals reset.
Ooh, big damage, and that's going to lead to a lot of meter. Yep, doesn't even have a meter to use anything here. Going to have to just do a regular baby combo.
He is basically dead to like like a 6A plus B at this point. Oh my god, the tech crouch. And the 1B,
yeah,
dude, Sozu is statue blocking right now, dude.
I wonder why, too. It doesn't really feel like he could...
These
yeah,
are some pretty intense mix-ups and everything. Infidelity also mashing his head off every time Sozu catches him with something. AA is your punish there? Oh boy.
He's playing super small in a way that doesn't feel impactful, right? Like, normally you think of Sozu and you think of this defensive small play,
like, look at
this slow play, and it's impactful, but right now it's not really doing much of anything versus Infidelity's bigger damage, right? We said like nickel and diming as like a term, but when you look at the chunks that a character like Maxi can take off with the smaller interactions in neutral, it's not nickel and dime, it's a quarter. Same thing with someone like Gro, but Yoshi really does have to nickel and dime you, and you can't afford to just sit there and duck and not get a punish. It's gonna get you killed slowly. Sooner rather than later.
Gets up, he gets back up to deal with the break attack high too. Look, he's just guarding. He's not doing anything.
He tried to 2A there, but unfortunately backstepped out.
What's the point of 2Aing there? 2A will get caught by the auto GI too. It doesn't actually beat any of the options.
Man, that is really, really funny looking 4 straight.
Wake up, dude. What is going on? He's literally just like moving forward and guarding, and he's not even actually getting any guards. He's just getting hit and then running in and doing the same thing. I don't know what's going on. Did he get tired? It is getting kind of late.
Oh, it is. Wow, it's 10:35 p.m. I didn't even notice the time.
For some of us, it might even be later than that.
Oh yeah, my bad, East Coast. My fault, gang.
Sozu, I think, is my... I don't know where Infidelity is from. Nightmare, eh? I have heard that this matchup is miserable for Maxi, but then again, which one isn't?
Yeah, I believe Yoshi should be miserable for Maxi too, but as we see, he had to swap off of that character to feel a little more comfortable. Let's see if this character will be able to do a little bit more here towards fighting the player more than fighting the character, because he's letting him... Oh, whoa, he has an S1 Nightmare on PSN? He's played on PSN?
Yoshi does have a fantastic way of dealing with Maxi, but does kind of have to play the game that Maxi wants to do, as in you don't have the range to necessarily lane Maxi out. Nightmare does. Nightmare has the ability to kind of create situations where Maxi is unable to take care of armor and backdash at the same time. So you can kind of create a mix-up that is very irritating for Maxi.
Did he do his 2A plus B?
Yeah, Maxi players always have to do the 2A plus B, man. It's really important to them.
Oh, still getting auto GI even with that 6B. Oh my gosh.
Again, he's just statue blocking. It's not actually doing anything. You could challenge that situation there. That 6A plus B, even in Soul Charge, that's the break attack, it doesn't provide him any meaningful frame advantage. You can just mash in there, and the only thing he can do to stop it is to do the Maxi Punch, which as we know is massively unsafe. And he's just letting it go. He's letting so much go. Yeah, I guess it's going to be a quick 6-0, huh?
Man, I don't know what's going on. It feels like
he's just sitting here. He's not backdashing or armoring. What's he doing? Like you're waiting to block something that is plus on block, my guy. Like what are you doing? Do something.
Yeah, take the frames where you can in situations where Maxi doesn't have the plus frames instead of letting him run away with it. Oh, that is an insane punish. What?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was sick. Okay, at least checking out here.
Those are doing Sisters KK out of desperation and anger.
I'm honestly doing it too. I would be punching the fucking air if I got hit with unblockable from behind.
He's just trying to call out RIs now. Boy, howdy! It is so rare that I see Sozu get this desperate. I don't understand what's going on.
Is he swapping back and like running into 3-0 or? Oh, you know, I think I'm gonna say something. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I think a phenomenal character for this would be Tira. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but if he's swapping through the roster. He's not. Okay, he's going back to the tried and true. We used to call him Yoshi 6 for a reason. Maybe he's trying to stop you from going to sleep, Jay. Maybe he's gonna run it all the way back 3 straight.
Yeah, boy.
It doesn't feel like
what a generous person.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of meaningful interactions happening here, so I'm not sure.
It really isn't.
Like,
it's the
kinda
same
just
interactions
letting
over
things
and over again. See, he like blocks something. Okay, like he's getting a little bit, but like it doesn't really solve the problem at hand. Man, he's just getting up and doing comfy. I like
could
that.
at least take advantage of that. Oh my gosh.
1A. Well, I think that was just due to the side switch.
Yeah, that was probably supposed to be 3A.
Aim for the jump B again. A plus B.
What in the world?
What
That was probably supposed to be 6A plus B, right? Yeah, it was probably
6A plus
supposed to be.
B? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
No punish.
2-2B on block into GI. Desperate stuff.
That was definitely the online classic. He tried. That's like ducking after a -12.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice
good
block
block
and punish yet again.
Side
Yeah, it's a
step,
good
getting
punish here.
Punish here. Yeah, not a knockdown, but it's something, right? I, think
I would say
isn't
4KB is a pretty decent punish. I don't know if you necessarily want to knock down as Yoshi. You want to keep them standing and doing a bunch of stuff like this.
Yeah, that was good. Finally, okay, playing out.
I don't know, man. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced yet. I need to see him do something defensively that looks like he's solving the problem. Otherwise, he's just going to have to guess correctly for
And there he
3 full
goes.
games.
Yeah, trying to step and just guessing wrong. You're right.
See, he could challenge there.
Can you guess correctly for 3 games straight? It's a lot of games to guess. You're dead.
Yeah,
That's
see?
it.
I don't know, man. He's... I don't believe in that round. And even if he gets another round like that, I'm still not believing the strategy.
Yeah, that was a very ranked round. That was one of those rounds where it's like, hey, I got my offense started. Sweet. Like here, he could have a ranked round, right? Like he's in Soul Charge, and Maxi whiffed an auto GI.
Another good block.
He's just running it down. That is minus. No punish on it. Wait, no, actually, that's plus, isn't it? 2K?
Like the thing that forces you into crouch? Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, the flippy thingy, flippy do.
Had to spend both bars on this round. But Yoshi builds barf quickly, so it's kind of okay.
If you're doing
There we
stuff.
go. Yeah.
Respectfully, if you're doing stuff, yeah, Yoshi builds
God,
barf.
another good duck, dude. He has not gone mid in forever. Oh, that's not it just yet, but it's close. The 2A plus
The
B.
2A plus B. It will be now, and that's gonna be it.
Okay.
Infidelity, a 6 sweep. I figured there could be a bracket reset, but I didn't figure.
I do not know what happened. Souzou decided for the
just
entire
block,
set
hold
to just
G.
stand there and block, despite the fact that all he was looking for was to block stuff that was plus or like fine on block. I really don't get what his strategy was there. I was very confused.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Let Maxi run the offense that Maxi is good at. You put that offense down to really beat the character, but as it didn't happen, we see Infidelity taking this tournament.
All right.
And SouzouLion getting 2nd place and JAYFORCE getting 3rd. Congratulations to all of top 8. Wonderful stuff. But that will be the final and the winner for this Xtreme Fighters Showdown on PS4, or is it PS5 for SOULCALIBUR 6?
It could be played on both, but the version is PS4 technically, if that makes sense.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just PlayStation. But yay! Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Xtreme Fighters Showdown's monthly SOULCALIBUR 6 tournament. A big other shout out to our commentators Beanie, Thuggish, and JJJ. Y'all are so awesome. Thank you for commentating tonight. And I pinned their socials. I'm gonna pin it again. They both have X accounts, Twitter X. Do you guys call it X or do you call it Twitter?
I still call it Twitter.
Yeah, so I don't think anybody does that.
Imagine. So some people do. When I'm editing on Canva, I type in X and it pops up. So I just wonder what people do. But yeah, they have Twitter accounts. I just pinned it again. If you want to give them a follow, they're super awesome peeps. And there are still, how many codes left? There's still 23 codes left in the Matcherino. So if you haven't redeemed a code, go ahead and do that, please. Looks like Bloodwind Reaver Donnell redeemed some codes while we were away. Yeah, there's still 23 left, so exclamation point match arena will get you the rest of the codes. Good games to all. Yeah, good games, Infidelity. You know what? Jay, commentator's curse happened, whether you like it or not.
You did just commentate a script.
Yup.
What do I get cursed with?
So behind,
I think
remember
Sozo's
when we
gonna take
first
it,
started?
And you said it so confidently. Yeah.
Yeah, you said Infidelity is not going to beat Sozo. It's not happening.
You said he's gonna take it. You said it so confidently that Sozo would win.
No, didn't I say it was 6-4?
That's crazy. Well,
No, you said 6-4 versus
you
a certain
did.
player. Oh yeah, it was Infidelity.
Yeah, I
you're
said
right.
I said 6-4.
Unfortunately, it wasn't a 6-4. It was a 6-0.
0.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So I was off by 4.
But
Everybody
it was
relax.
still a good showing though.
Jesus Christ.
Then hey, that's my Lord and Savior. But yeah, it was still a good showing from all the competitors. Thank you so much to everybody who competed. If you got belted behind the scenes, just know you got to be ready to fight your sets. You cannot take 20 minutes. I love Caliber peeps, but we did a pretty good job. Just got to be ready, but really good showing for our PlayStation community, trying to do our best to help keep Caliber alive as best as I can. And speaking of that, there are lots of Caliber tournaments coming up. This versus fighting, they have Soul Calibur 2 and 6. This is about a month away from now. This is EU, right?
Yes.
Versus fighting, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's EU tournament. Speaking of EU, tomorrow night, Bad Bad Kitty is hosting an EU tournament for Soul Calibur 6 on PC. So if you live in the EU and you're looking for online tournaments, they do have one tomorrow, Soul Still Burns 5. And I think there's $150 in prizing already. And they also have a PC tournament for North America coming up on July 26th. That's next weekend, actually, for Caliber. Cool. And then there's the one in Montreal. That's Canada, right? I hope so.
Yep.
I've
Yes,
been
Montreal's
saying that
Canada.
for a while. Yeah. Cool. But yeah, and if you guys missed the announcement that we had for Soul Calibur 6 at XFS, I'm gonna play that video in a sec. But our commentators, do you guys have any final words for the night?
Keep playing Soul Calibur 6. Soul Calibur 6 is sick. It's one of the best fighting games on the market. Netcode aside, we got it good over here.
Anything from you?
And that is the end of the announcements at the end of the tournament.
All right.
Yay! And our commentators get to go. Awesome. So I'm gonna play our video that I made for the announcement for Soul Calibur at XFS and all the other games. So stay tuned to watch and finish out the rest of the night. that was our special announcement. If you missed the roundtable event, it is going to be the transition to our seasonal tournaments. So we've been hosting tournaments for a long time, just with sporadic schedule and whatnot. But now this is something that's been in the making for a while. We're going to transition to seasonal tournaments, so we have a consistent schedule, and you guys will be able to rack up seasonal points based on your standings in the tournament. All of that information of the point system and how you can use your points to get prizes and for the top seeding and all that different stuff is going to be included in our Discord server. So with exclamation point Discord, you can join the XFest Discord server and we will be releasing more details. So as far as seasonal tournaments go, that is going to be for PC only. So if you're on PC, yay, we're coming back to you. I still have a place in my heart for the Calibur community, but it is TBD. So if you guys are showing up like you did tonight to all of our tournaments, we can keep things going, but sometimes the attendance gets spotty. So we are going to be doing the consistent seasonal tournaments for our PC community in Calibur. But as far as what we have upcoming is a Street Fighter 6 community night, Friday night fights that will be happening on this coming Friday, the 25th. Good Guy Sin is going to be hosting that for us. He is a Kimberly main. I think he's exploring Geef too. So he is going to be running that. I'll be there too, spamming with Cammy, obviously. And then we have a DOA 6 tournament the day after that, which is next Saturday. This is a PlayStation tournament. It's free to enter. There's $100 in prizing, and we collaborate with the world champion of DOA 6, which is Hoodless. So we'll be running that tournament together. It's for North America only on PlayStation. We'll be streaming on Twitch again. So if you like DOA 6, come back next weekend and we'll be streaming that. And then obviously there's Beast in the East happening, but not until after EVO, which we do have a BYOC slot at EVO for Dead or Alive 6, the game that was once banned, but now we get to come back. There's $500 in prizing. And we do have a Saturday slot, so if you didn't want to pay the hefty $268 for all 3 days of EVO and you just wanted to come out on Saturday, Calibur and DOA are on Saturday. I think the day pass for Saturday only is like $90, something like that. So I think it's $80 for Friday, $90 for Saturday, and then $100 for Sunday. But yeah, that is coming up very quickly. We have less than 2 weeks until the first day of EVO. So if you weren't planning, but you think you can swing coming to Vegas in like 2 weeks, definitely do that. Come support Calibur, come support EVO. I'm gonna link the EVO link for Dead or Alive, and then I'll link the Calibur link for Soul Calibur 6. That's gonna be run by Sabin and Big Papa Chunk. Both of us, like everybody, BYOC is going to try to stream, but they are not giving us designated setups for that. So if you were looking to catch it live, it might just be a post-tournament stream, just because they're not really giving us the tools that we need to like run a stream there. But you'll still get to see Calibur content at EVO. You just might have to wait after. It's still going to be very exciting matches. We both have match arenas that you guys can claim the codes to. And and then for Soul Calibur specifically, Sabin said that any people who enter the bracket, he is going to be putting in an extra $5 pot bonus per extra competitor. So I think it's at $450 now. So anybody else who registers, he's adding $5 into the pot for additional entrants. I think they're already at 52, if not more. So pretty sizable bracket. Go ahead and enter if you can. And then every Wednesday, Big Papa Chunk hosts Wednesday night fights. He Didn't get to do it this past weekend because the Parsec servers were not working, but as long as Parsec is cooperating, sun is shining, Big Papa Chunk is going to be hosting WNF on Parsec. And then tomorrow there is Soul Still Burns 5. This is going to be for the EU region only on PC players. This is hosted by Bad Kitty, and there is already $150 in the pot, and I believe they're going to be streaming it. Check out the SoulCalibur Central Discord and also the CGE Discord. The information should be in there. And then Versus Fighting is another EU tournament. They have SoulCalibur 2 and SoulCalibur 6, but it's offline. So if you're looking to compete offline in your EU, Versus Fighting is coming up in about a month. And then if you're ever looking for like a coach, you just want to get better with your gaming, or you want a second opinion, Lord Xavier is a really great coach. I'm going to link his Medify and Coachify links down there. I have taken from him before one-on-one settings. He's amazing, and he can help, you know, offer a second opinion on your gameplay, or if you're, you know, you need help with foundations, he's kind of your go-to guy. He has a lot of knowledge. He's been doing this for probably longer than I've been alive. No, I'm kidding. He's not that old, but he's been doing it for a very long time. So he knows his stuff, and he's definitely a trusted referral. He does all of the 3D and most of the 3D and platform fighters. So if you're looking for help, especially with Calibur, he's a very good go-to guy for a second set of eyes on your gameplay. And then, oh yeah, Dr. Psycho's Insane Asylum. That's happening next weekend for PC only North America competitors. Again, I think this is also run by Bad Kitty. Not sure the exact details, but if you check out the SoulCalibur Central Discord or the CGE Discord, they'll have all of the information listed there. And then last but not least, UMAD is an offline Montreal tournament. You can check out StartGG /UMAD 2025. It looks at $200 in pricing. And yeah, my tongue is getting tied, which means that is the end of our stream, and it's time for me to go to bed. But we really appreciate everybody for coming out to the stream tonight. If you missed it, here's the bracket. This is top 8. Inphadelity took our first place with Maxi. Second is SouzouLion. Third is JAYFORCE, and so on and so forth. Congratulations to our top 3 competitors. You guys will receive a payout. I'll shoot you a DM pretty soon. And thank you everybody else for competing in the tournament. It was really great sets. It was nice to get Calibur again. This is my favorite game. I've been doing a lot of like Tekken, Street Fighter-y things, but I really appreciate coming back to my personal roots, which is SoulCalibur. So thank you guys for being in the tournament and for watching this stream. And don't forget to join the XFS Discord server if you want to stay in the loop with everything we have going on, and if you want to keep advocating for SoulCalibur on PlayStation. But that is it from me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and we will be back next Friday for Friday Night Fights.